older than me. We met while I was playing with my brother on the block. Johnny and Sean lived around the block from me. Sean had a weird upbringing that I never really understood. His sister was like 20 years old. There was a big gap between them. She was always his caretaker, it seemed, whenever I was at his house. His house always smelled like cat, and his sister always had a different guy over, it seemed like. His sister was always cold to me, in the sense that she never acknowledged me or say hi or anything. Sean's dad was never in the picture.
Just listen to the story, bro.
Eve was always working out of town, I guess. I only met Sean's mom a few times. We never really stayed in touch for long enough for me to figure all this out. Anyway, my mom dropped me off at Sean's, expecting that Sean's mom would be trick-or-treating with us. After saying goodbye, I went into his house. Johnny was already there. We all had big pillow sacks to fill with candy. This was around the time that I learned that neither Sean's mom nor sister were coming with us to supervise. I was young, so I sort of felt slightly uncomfortable knowing that Johnny and Sean would be leading the way. But at the same time, I felt a sense of excitement that we'd have more freedom. I knew for a fact my mom would not have approved of us going unsupervised, though. So, eventually, we were off into the neighborhood, walking around doing our rounds door to door. Quite a few people asked if we were alone or where our parents were, and Johnny would always be the one to use the same lie, that his mom is up ahead with his sister. It worked every time. This was on a Friday, so we didn't get to start at trick-or-treating until around 5 o'clock. But we didn't have school the next day, so we intended on going until our pillow sacks were completely full. We took a break after a couple of hours and went to Sean's, where he heated up a bunch of frozen pizzas. At the time, I was so jealous of the apparent freedom he had in his house,
I don't like that.
not having parents who cared about what he did. But looking back now, I count myself super blessed to have grown up in a household with 2 strict parents. After we hung out at his house for an hour and watched Halloween specials on Nickelodeon while eating pizza and candies, Johnny eventually was picked up by his mom. But Sean and I wanted to keep going, so we eventually headed back out for round 2. It was dark out now, and it had to be past 8 p.m. There were a lot less trick-or-treaters now. We tried to go to certain blocks we hadn't gone down yet, which meant straying further away from Sean's house. We found a block we hadn't touched yet and continued knocking on doors. Some houses didn't answer at this hour, and mostly everyone else had a comment about us being alone or how it's getting late. We noticed a man pushing a stroller a couple houses down behind us. He was walking very slowly in our direction, probably a dad trick-or-treating for his young child. As we continued going door to door, the man with the stroller got closer. Eventually, we heard him going shh and singing softly. Eventually, he caught up to us, and he said, "How's the trick-or-treating going for us?" And we replied, "Good," at the same time. And then he said, "It's pretty late. I'm on my way back to my house. I can give you guys the rest of my candy." Sean and I looked at each other with telling faces, as if we just hit the jackpot. Sean asked what kind of candies, and he said a bunch of bags of different things. He said he didn't get to give much away because he wanted to take his daughter out for a trick-or-treat stroll. He did have a bag dangling on one of the handles of the stroller, which was filled with some candies. The stroller was fully covered by a folding piece on the top, so we couldn't see his daughter. He said she's asleep and he didn't want to wake her up, but he pointed ahead and said his house is just up this way. So we followed behind him as he pushed the stroller. He was walking a little faster now.
Oh no, man.
As we walked, I realized there was no one else out at this point, even though it was a Friday night. It seemed like a quieter side of the neighborhood. The man talked to us as we walked, asking us questions. What part of the neighborhood we were from, where we went to school, basic stuff. I let Sean answer most of the questions. Him being even just a year older than me at that age, I felt like he was the one who should take lead. On multiple occasions as we walked, the man would lean into the stroller and talk in a high pitch to his daughter. Then he'd turn back and smile at us. We finally made it to his house. He led us up the walkway with the stroller and unlocked his door. After he opened it, he brought the stroller with his daughter inside first, and then invited us to come inside. Sean led the way, so I followed. I was the one to ask if we could leave the door open, and the man paused, and then said, "Yeah, of course." He said he'll be right back as he goes to get the candy bags.
I didn't even go in.
He pushed the stroller into the middle of the living room, only about 10 feet away from where we were standing. I nudged Sean because I felt uncomfortable.
Don't you ever take your kid out or
I whispered, "Why would he leave the candy so far away?" Sean didn't respond. Instead, he turned toward the living room and then walked up to the stroller. He lifted up the folding part that was covering the baby, and he looked disturbed.
Oh no.
He hurried back to me, whispering, "Let's go."
Yep.
He was full on running once we got outside, and I followed behind, which was a bit tougher because we had those heavy pillow sacks.
Don't leave the candy. Yeah, don't leave the candy. Do not drop the candy.
A woman's voice yelled, "Excuse me."
Sacrifice yourself
It was one
over
of his
the candy.
neighbors. She came running
Throw
over
me the
and
bag
asked if we know that man.
and die.
And it was at this
I'll run
point that
2
Sean
sacks.
spilled the beans and said he offered us his leftover candy, but he was pushing a stroller with a fake baby in it.
Oh.
I remember getting goosebumps as he said that. The woman said, "Yeah, that man doesn't have a child. I saw you walking by with him." She took us to her car and drove each of us home. I know, getting into a stranger's car after that was another questionable move.
Another questionable
The
call,
woman
yeah.
came to my front door to talk
Weird.
to my mom about what we just told her. My mom was distraught. After I told her every last detail about the night, she sent me to my room while my parents called the police on that man. My parents never told me anything about what happened after that. I believe they wanted to shelter me from any more exposure to the situation. My mom didn't want me going over to Sean's house anymore, and I know she had quite a bit to say to Sean's mom. I did see Sean at school once in a while still,
Fuck
and
you,
we remained
Sean.
cordial, but our friendship was never the same after that night.
That's right. I just feel like that's what he said every time he saw walk by. He just walked by, "Hey, fuck you, bro."
I said, hey, fuck you, Sean.
This is a casual
It
every
was
time he walked
Halloween
by.
night, 2016. I was tasked by my parents to hand out candies to all the kids for the day.
He said,
My mom bought a million bags of candy that I knew we'd have left over for weeks, and I'd be the one regrettably munching on them for days, if not weeks to come, as I was trying to lose
"Hey,
weight.
I was okay with
I
that."
always told my mom she went way overboard with the candies. The house was in a cul-de-sac on a dead end. We hardly got any trick-or-treaters usually.
It's always
However,
sketchy going
we did
on
have
those
some
cul-de-sacs
loyal
if they're
kids
not
who
well
always come
lit.
to our house, knowing how much candy.
You'd be like,
Halloween was
maybe
on
we
a
just
Monday
walked
this year.
through to the other
I was in
side. We
college.
just
I conveniently had Mondays and
Get that.
Wednesdays off this semester. So the first half of the day, I went to the gym and then worked on my assignments for class. It was always around 4 p.m.
cool.
The sound of kids outside would indicate that trick-or-treaters were out. The first time the doorbell rang was, I guess, somewhere between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The day went as you'd expect. There's nothing interesting about handing out
somebody
candy
at my
all day to little kids and my dog Vito barking like crazy every time the doorbell rang. I'd say from the first trick-or-treater to 8 p.m., there were maybe 10 to 15 total. As I said, that cul-de-sac was out of the way for people to come. It was more effective for trick-or-treaters to pass it and just keep
you
going
just gotta
straight.
Keep going. Yeah.
It
gotta
being
be
a Monday
efficiency.
night,
You're trying to fill
things
that
quieted
sack,
down much
like the
earlier
first
than
video.
usual, I'd say.
For the
I
first,
got enough homework
story.
done, I put a dent in my projects, and so I had some of my mom's leftover stew and went to my room to watch Game of Thrones. I was literally
Very
2 episodes in when I heard the
Hey,
unexpected sound
hey,
of
he
the
do.
doorbell.
Make it more realistic.
Vito started barking again.
And Game of
Vito.
Looked at the clock and it
Vito,
was
chill.
like
I'm watching
9:30.
it. I'm watching.
This was definitely beyond the
Vito.
cutoff time for trick-or-treaters. I went downstairs to the front door and opened it. On the other side of the glass storm door was a very tall man in a clown costume
Oh,
with a
boy.
very scary-looking mask.
Ooh.
I knew it was a
Oh.
man just based off the frame of the
Oh, we get the footage. We get the actual footage. This one. I love these ones.
pointed
I
out the
love,
mask
I don't
he was
I
holding.
love these
Nope.
ones. Here we
Looked
go.
basically
Oh, I'm
Turn
not
it
letting
off.
him in. No.
Turn it
didn't lock
off.
the storm door.
I would
Said through it, "Sorry, we don't have any more
Yup,
candy."
and he
And
just-
slammed the door shut.
I love when they got the footage to go
Locked it
with
right
it or
away.
whatever. Though.
I
Yeah,
instantly
footage.
regretted opening the door.
That's always
I
cool.
genuinely thought it was
Honestly,
just some
why
kid
would you?
or an unfortunate mother or father who worked late and wanted to get some last-minute trick-or-treating in with their kids. Whoever I just saw on our stoop was not a kid. Hell, it didn't even look like a teenager. The frame of this person was massive, and the clown costume just made him look even bigger. Thankfully, I didn't grab the candy bag before opening the
grabbed
door,
my rifle.
so he couldn't see that I was lying. I hovered by the door for a bit just to listen and see if I'd hear footsteps walking away.
He ain't
Not
going.
only did I not hear
ain't
him
going.
walk away, he rang the doorbell
Yeah,
again.
he ain't going nowhere.
Vito once again started going.
Vito, if you don't shut the fuck
Vito's
up.
a rat terrier. His bark is not intimidating, nor would he ever actually defend the home from an intruder. I picked him up and carried him upstairs after turning off the lights downstairs. This was my half-assed attempt at getting him to think I was absolutely never opening that door again tonight. I put Vito in my room and shut the door so he wouldn't keep barking. I stood at the top of the stairs listening, and then I heard through the front door, the storm door being forced open, like there was a loud snap implying that the latch may have been broken from force. I then heard both knocks on the front door and then the doorknob moving around. At this point, I decided to hide my room. I was incredibly unsettled. I texted my family group chat about what was going on. No one answered, though. Of course. I knew that whoever that was had to get bored.
Is their dad drunk?
I would have texted
Fuck, where my keys at?
Who it was.
Shit.
But all my guy friends are short.
In his clown.
I resumed the episode I was watching, and was truly just trying to pretend he wasn't there.
He started watching Game of
What else
Thrones
was I to do?
again. He's like, fuck
The
it.
doorbell rang once again, though. This was a nightmare. I kept telling Vito to shush. I had my blinds closed too. I didn't want that fucking clown knowing what room I was in. I tried calling my dad, but he didn't pick up.
Your bed.
I called my brother.
Damn.
He picked up saying he wasn't alone.
Chill,
and I knew that meant he was with a girl. I told him check my texts. There's some guy dressed as a clown at the door and he won't go away. My brother said it's a Halloween prank and to just ignore it. He seemed like he was in a hurry to get off the phone, so I hung up. I hoped he was right.
He came out of my computer.
It honestly made the most sense
like,
to be a
here
prank.
we go.
So after a few more minutes of sitting on the edge of my bed, anxious, the doorbell did not ring again. I finally felt safe to relax again and lay back down. I started drifting away slowly, so I turned off the TV to allow complete silence and darkness in the room. And very shortly after that, I drifted to sleep.
Passed out.
Ding dong.
I don't even think I was asleep long enough to enter REM state and have a dream when I woke up to Tito growling and quietly barking, as he would do when he was waiting for approval from one of us. I told him to be quiet, and he stopped. I looked to see what he was looking at. He was looking at the window. I listened. There was a sound coming from, like, right outside the window. The slightest.
Did he really just
thumping
say
sounds.
like?
And I could almost swear the sound of something rubbing on the window. My bedroom was on the second floor of the house. It's not like anyone could be outside my window.
Right.
But I wondered what it was.
Wait, what?
I got up, pushed open the blind on my window, and boy was I wrong. That man dressed as a clown was at my window. All I could see was that horrific
Turn it
mask.
off. I'm done. I
He
quit.
tilted his head as he looked at me, screaming my lungs out. Tito didn't even bark from what I remember. Or maybe I just blocked everything else out. I ran with my phone out of my room and to my parents' bedroom, where I locked the door and dialed 911. I was too shook to even cry. My whole body was shaking and my voice was trembling as I spoke to the 911 operator. I must have asked the operator once every 20 seconds to get the police to hurry up. She'd tell me the same thing every time. They're coming as fast as they can. The police got to the house in roughly 10 minutes. They examined the exterior of the house to look for any attempted entry points. All they found was that the latch on the front storm door was broken, like I figured, and leaned against the side of the house by my bedroom window was my dad's ladder. That man went into our storage shed outside and found my dad's ladder to use to climb up to my window. To avoid this going any further, I went to go sleep at my guy friend Adam's house. To this day, I don't know if this was just a sick prank.
Fuck up. Pause.
I continue to clean the shit out of my pants.
Sick novelty of it being.
You're gonna tell me you're scared out of your fucking mind because there's a clown outside that won't fucking leave, and your immediate thought is, "Let me go outside."
I'm gonna go into my front app. Yeah.
Fucking can't.
Hopefully, there's like an attached garage. Maybe you don't have to go outside. No, that's even stupid.
I hope this bitch gets shot.
I hope she didn't make it to Adam's crib. Honestly.
I hope they finished their episode of Game of Thrones.
Honestly,
before they left. Yeah, before I go over it. Yeah.
Anonymous. Uh-oh. This from
TV.
one of y'all.
It is definitely.
It was late October, Saturday, Halloween weekend. I think Halloween was on a Tuesday this year, so the big party night was the Saturday before. My friends and I were still looking for last-minute plans since everything was sold out. Ideally, we wanted to find a house party. We all had pretty funny costumes too, and we wanted to get good use out of it. My friend decided to put it on Instagram and Snapchat stories looking for parties tonight. Not something I would have ever done. I'd find that to be kind of shameless and embarrassing. I was glad she was willing to do it. I was surprised when she texted me in the group chat that someone hit her up about a party.
It's gonna take you. It's gonna take you a little time to get
out. The details in the group chat.
We gotta make the trip.
It had an address, start time, and a few ground rules, such as the party would only be indoors, no backyard access, and bring your own booze.
Oh shit!
It also said must bring at least one girl for every guy. The guy who sent the details to Kate was one of our guy friends around our age who mutually knew a lot of the same people we did. Apparently a number of people we knew were going to the party. The house address was one town over, super close. So between the four of us, we all went to Shauna's house since she had the open crib. We pre-gamed there for about an hour as we all finished up getting ready. We waited till our guy friends confirmed that they were going. Then we decided to head over.
Crib, though.
We called an Uber. We all had our own drinks, varying from Four Locos to White Claws to vodka shooters. The Uber driver was probably sick of us by the end of the drive.
Four Locos.
When we got to the house, we saw a bunch of cars everywhere. The house was pretty big, very spacious front yard.
Dude, you spooked the fuck out.
We were four girls walking in, so surely whoever was throwing this party was gonna love us. We didn't hear any music until we got closer to the door. Then we heard the beating of the bass.
I love you, dude.
I opened the door, and the first room we were in was a cross between the living room and the kitchen. The entire house was very dimly lit, only by a bunch of orange lights hung up, definitely creating a Halloween party ambiance. The place was decently crowded, but honestly, we didn't know anyone. Kate texted the guys we knew to see if they were here yet. In the meantime, some older guy came and greeted us.
Oh boy.
He asked our names, and he said he's John, Luke's dad. Apparently, Luke was the guy throwing this party. I asked who Luke is, where he goes to school, and he replied, oh, he's around here somewhere. You can ask him when you see him.
You don't even know what
if we wanted to put our drinks in the cooler. He led us into the kitchen where there were 3 big coolers of ice. Each one already had a bunch of drinks in it. So we put some of our cans in the coolers. The John guy seemed like he was 50-something years old, which would make sense if his son was the one throwing the party. But at the same time, it seemed slightly weird he'd be so welcoming and involved in such a big party in his own house. He was going around talking to everybody. Well, it seems mostly the girls. He seemed like he could have also been drunk. The 4 of us played beer pong at one of the tables, where some guys started talking to us, so we started playing them. Kate then said our guy friends were on the way, which I was happy to hear. John suddenly yelled my and Kate's names over by the counter in the kitchen. He was yelling shots. My other 2 friends, Shauna and Tracy, looked slightly offended, so I said, can we all have one? And he yelled, yeah, sure. So we went over to the kitchen counter by him and all took a shot of tequila. I gagged because there was no lime. I was definitely starting to get drunk after
That was a very important detail.
It was odd how much the dad of the house was trying to hype this party up. He had this oddly welcoming yet unsettling presence. The unsettling part because he was much older than the generally college-age people here, and he was pushing drinks on people. Then he asked what our poison is. I wasn't going to say anything until the girls all gave their favorite drinks. John started making a bunch of mixed drinks. In the meantime, we went back to the beer pong table where the guys we were playing were still waiting. I plugged my phone into an outlet just because I was down to like 50%. Then I went
always funny. People just be plugging.
Mid-game, John came over with 2 drinks for Kate and then he came back with 2 more for Shauna and Tracy. They were all in red Solo cups. He made me a vodka soda. I sipped on it during our beer pong game whenever I had a chance. I was drinking it slow because I was already drunk. After we lost to the random guys, I went to get my phone, only to realize it didn't charge at all. It was still at the same percent.
It was a
the outlet wasn't working.
Socket.
I didn't feel comfortable leaving my phone on any other outlets, so I just refrained from killing the battery any further. Our guy friends eventually showed up, and it was soon after this point that things quickly became a blur. I mean very quickly. Like 1 second I remember talking with our friend Jeff, the next blacked out. The next thing I remember was my friends waking me up in the car outside my house. I felt woozy. My vision was blurred. My head was spinning.
My butthole hurt.
We were in one of our guy friends' cars. One of the guys walked me to my front door and helped me inside. Then they all left. I was alone, except for my parents asleep in their room. I felt I must have drank way too much, but I also had a woozy, weird feeling in my head that I'd never felt from drinking. I felt dizzy. I went straight to my room to bed. I checked my phone, and I had some text from a random unsaved number.
This guy named P. Diddy?
I opened it, and there were a bunch of texts already. It started with me texting my name, and then they responded, John. Uh-oh. After that, he said, you look so cute. Based on the time he sent this, it was still during the party. There was a 2-hour gap from then until he texted me again saying, where did my favorite girls go? I was shocked at myself that I gave that man my number. I must have been drunker than I thought.
For real.
But regardless, I
number.
lowered my head onto the pillow and fell asleep instantly.
He kept calling me.
The next morning, I woke up to some disturbing texts.
I made a
As
bad
my head was
decision.
spinning, I read these sickening texts. After I fell asleep, I got texts from John that said, "Where are you? I'm coming to your house. You left something here." Followed by, "I'm here. Can you come to the door?" Followed by, "Hello, are you awake?" He also tried calling me 3 times. This was all at like 2 a.m. I sent the screenshot to my friends, and this was when they reminded me of what happened. John was all over me as I was increasingly becoming a zombie. My friends started getting concerned, so they pulled me away and we left the party. And just as we were leaving, 2 police cars showed up outside, presumably for a noise complaint. And as we left, everyone took note of there being no furniture in the house. It was just a big empty space filled with people and beer pong tables.
Nobody thought
Nigga, what?
My friends looked up the number somehow, and he told me it was a voice over IP number, which I didn't understand, so he just said it was a fake phone number that John texted me from. He also said that with my number, he could easily find my address. I felt even more sick now.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked if anyone ever met his alleged son, and everyone said no. We were starting to think there was no son.
Yeah, there was
when
no.
Shauna suggested he might have
now
roofied me,
I know now.
Exactly. Now you're thinking
I never
about
before
this
felt the
stuff?
way I was
Come
feeling.
on.
Like, you guys know a kid named
We
Luke?
decided to take this to the police. We all went to the nearest police station and
Damn it.
reported everything, including the texts. The cop at the front desk asked if this was in relation to the house party in the vacant house last night.
Yeah.
We were at first confused by him saying vacant house, until he explained that there was a call from neighbors about a party going on in a house that had been vacant for some time. We all looked at each other with our mouths gaping. We were all brought into an office to sit down with me as a detective to take down.
That was good. That was
He
good.
took the fake phone number and said they'll try to trace this back to somebody once they get a warrant. We gave the police everything we could, and we went on our way. I blocked the fake number. I honestly felt sick over this for a while. As the days went on and nothing happened, I was confident it was over. But none of us ever heard from the police. We never heard of any arrests being made or anything.
The cops were in
To
on
think that
it.
man went out of his way to
Ooh.
a vacant house to have access
One
to
of the
the
cops.
roofied me and possibly other girls, lied about having a son, all of this. This was clearly a very, very dangerous man, and the fact that we still haven't been called in to identify anybody scares me to think he's still roaming free.
I think y'all just is being real.
This was a month ago. I'll update if things change, and I'm crossing my fingers that they do.
Yeah, let's show up to this party and not know who and or where
I know
and
anybody or anything and have
Halloween night has always been just another date on the calendar
here's
for me.
one of the
While
animated
people
ones,
partied in ridiculous costumes, I was at my office, huddled
Jeez, that caught me off guard. Sorry.
over a dimly lit screen. Fixing code was my life, and that night was no
That's
different.
GME.
Shut up.
When
The high top
Julian, my
fade.
coworker, called about a file crash, I didn't think
You ever had a
twice before
fade?
heading in to
The high
fix
top?
it. By the time I was done, it was close to 1:30 a.m. The streets were
Oh, is that
deathly
the-
quiet,
oh, is that the
while the
low?
moon was a merely
I ain't
cold,
always been
distant
long.
eye
I'm a high
overhead.
top fade.
I was
High
so
top.
damn
There's other
tired
styles black
that all
guys
I
can
could
get
think about
cracked.
was getting home,
I was
taking a
just
long
asking
shower,
a question,
and crashing
sir.
into
Hold
bed.
on.
Jesus.
15 minutes. That's
I don't know
all
about
it would have
that.
taken. The night air
Is it a
was
Jerry
heavy
curl?
and still as
It's
I
a couple
drove
more.
through the
It's a
empty
couple more.
roads.
Bald.
Totally normal. But as I passed an old, almost forgotten bus stop, I saw her,
Oh,
a girl
Jesus.
standing alone under the flickering streetlight. She was dressed like Simone
that's
from The
spooky.
Ring. Pale skin, dark hair hanging in wet clumps over her face. She couldn't have been older than 14, standing there all alone in the dead of night. I pulled over and rolled down the
Yeah,
window.
exactly.
Hey, you need a ride? I
Yeah.
called out. She
Exactly.
turned slowly, her face still hidden beneath
Exactly.
a curtain of hair. For a moment, I hesitated. What if she took me for a creep and rang the cops? But then she
That's
nodded
what I took you
timidly.
as.
Thanks.
She slid into the
And she gets
passenger
in.
seat. Suddenly, a pungent odor like damp
That's not the
earth
passenger
and
seat,
something
that's the
else.
back seat.
Something
No.
rotten filled the interior.
Come on with
I
your
tried not to
animation.
gag
Get
and
some
blamed it on her
details
overzealous
here.
Halloween costume. You really went for
Yeah,
the
'cause
look,
that's what
didn't
this
you?
story is.
I giggled, trying to
lacking
lighten the mood.
details.
Her skin was an eerie shade
I'm
of
just
gray,
saying.
mottled and
Small
blotchy,
details.
as if she'd been underwater for far too long. The
Why
offensive
would you
detail
still
was
continue to?
disturbing.
The drive. Why would you have
drove
said
across
anything,
the bridge
though?
that she spoke.
It's not a costume.
She whispered.
Exactly.
I let out a nervous laugh. Right. So, what's your name?
Samara.
She replied. Even though my
Wait
eyes
a
the
minute.
ring ghost?
I couldn't.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Fine.
He said she looked like her, and now she's the. Now she is her.
Aren't you a little old for trick-or-treating, Samara? She laughed then, a low, rasping sound that made my skin crawl.
I am. But Halloween is my favorite night. It's a shame my parents don't let me celebrate anymore.
I mean, you're doing
Why's
something.
that? I asked, regretting the
Because
question
I'm
the moment
dead.
it left my mouth.
I
Whoa.
think I'm sick. I spend most days locked up in the attic.
Her voice was barely a whisper, but the words clung to the air, heavy and suffocating. I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. Before I could react, Samara slowly turned to me. Her hideous face was fully
shit.
visible in the soft light.
And they gave me
I
the
noticed her
dirtiest
skin
sloppy.
first, peeling, ragged strips from her cheeks. It didn't look like makeup. Then, my eyes traveled down to her arms and the raw red flesh exposing beneath it.
You wanna see a magic trick?
Oh shit.
She asked. Her
She
lips
about to do something
disappeared,
nasty.
smiled,
She
and
about to
set
do
ice
something
on my
nasty.
veins.
About to do something
Before I could
freaky.
respond, she reached up and peeled a patch of skin from her face.
Wait, that's
it
a
came
magic
off in
trick?
one sickening tear, revealing
that's a
more of that
magic trick.
oozing crimson flesh. I had never slammed on the brakes like that before. What the hell is wrong with you? I shouted, but she just laughed, started pulling at more patches of skin, ripping it from her neck, her arms, her scalp, everywhere. Blood dripped onto her lap, and the smell, oh God, the smell, thick and putrid, filled the air.
You're still
I
driving.
couldn't breathe, my
Driving
vision
along.
blurred, my
Just
hands
whipping it.
trembling as I fumbled for the door handle. The air was thick.
Are you gonna jump out of your own car?
That laughter, it wouldn't stop. I threw myself out of the car, my feet stumbling as I
Leaving
cried.
your- leaving
His
your
makeup
own
running.
car.
beating in my
Leaving
ears.
your
I
own
didn't
car.
look back. I couldn't. I don't know how long I ran, but eventually I found
Man.
myself at a gas station.
There's gotta be
The
some
harsh
shit to
fluorescent
leave
lights
her in
Why was
the
his
whip and
makeup
leave the
running?
whip.
staggered inside,
Why was he like,
breathless,
what?
as I tried explaining
Are
the
those
incident
tears?
to the clerk. In a second, the
Yeah,
cops
those
were
tears,
informed.
man.
The officers arrived
Maybe, I don't know.
quickly, and when I explained what had happened, they exchanged looks that were to remain my nightmare for the rest of my
Exactly.
See, they
life.
looking at him
They
like,
didn't think I was crazy, but their
Are you
silence
wearing
was almost
makeup?
verbal. They escorted me back to the car.
They
I
knew
was
about
still
it. It was
there,
probably
the
a-
engine idling
yeah.
softly, but the passenger seat was empty. Instead, an older couple
That was like,
standing
what,
on the
what's
side of
going
the
on?
road. Their faces were contorted
What
with
do you
worry.
want, little one?
The
They're
officer
gonna keep
spoke to
freaking
them
you out.
briefly before turning to me. Mr. Miller, this is Mr. and Mrs. Peterson, one of the cops said.
Oh.
Their daughter, Mary, she's been missing since last week.
oh hell
I
no.
stared at the couple, my mind struggling to connect the dots. Mary?
She's not well.
Mrs. Peterson said, her voice trembling.
She had a fever years ago. It did something to her skin. The bullying at school broke her irreparably. Mary thinks she's Samara. You know that girl from the horror movie, The Ring?
Yeah.
See, here we go
She's
again.
thrown
Yeah,
in the
here it
well
comes
for
again.
being weird and creepy.
I felt the blood drain from my face. The girl,
Keep going
she
back
wasn't
to it.
some ghost. She was real. All of it.
Ow.
Everything she said, it was real. And it's even more twisted that she found similarities with the dead girl from the movie Ring. The cops
Dude,
asked
that-
where I'd last
I feel like
seen
this
her,
is an
but I
ad.
barely get
I
the
don't know,
words
Is
but I
this
feel
an
like
ad?
I
My
got to
flashing
go
back
change
to
my
her
pants.
peeling skin, her laughter.
Is this an
I
ad?
mumbled
though,
something
for
about the
ring?
bus stop.
Are we gonna see like
As they
that at
drove
the end?
off, a cold dread settled in. What if they
Thoroughly
didn't find her in
terrifying.
time? What if she hurt herself? Or someone else? Halloween
You never
is
tell if
about
you're
masks
serious or not.
and make-believe, but sometimes we can barely tell if it's a costume or...
Oh.
Oh, it's good though. Unnecessary.
My heart skipped a beat when I matched with Adam. His profile showed a
That's
charming
all.
smile, dark hair, and a hint of mystery. He
Adam.
mentioned he was new in town and looking to make connections. We hit it
Way to
off
make sure that the
immediately,
fake
sharing
number-
jokes and stories late into the night.
XXX.
By the way,
I messaged.
my uncle throws this incredible Halloween party
A
every
banger,
year.
baby.
You should come.
Adam replied, "Sounds fun. I'll be the guy in the classic sailor costume. White uniform, navy accents, and a simple black mask. Can't wait to meet you in person." It seemed odd to me how he was already ready with a costume, but since Halloween was approaching, I didn't think much of it. The night of the party arrived, and my uncle's old house was alive with music and laughter. My uncle's place was always the highlight of the season, decked out in elaborate decorations that transformed it into a haunted mansion. I wore a flap glass, complete with feathers and pearls, feeling like I'd stepped back into 1920s. As I mingled with friends, I spotted Adam across the room. The sailor costume suited him perfectly, and the black mask added an air of intrigue. He approached with a confident smile. "Julia, I presume?"
Guilty as charged. Glad you could make it.
We clicked instantly. He had a way of making me feel like we were the only two people in the crowded room. We danced.
Oh my God, so stressful.
Music, and as we moved, he leaned in.
I'll be the sailor in blackface.
I could totally see you dressing up like a princess and dancing through these halls.
I actually did that. Uncle's Halloween parties are always amazing. I couldn't see him. Else I would have introduced you.
He smiled mysteriously. "You seem like someone who grew up with grand traditions." I giggled like a teen. Later, as the party buzzed around us,
gotta make him look kind of creepy, right?
He led me to my uncle's old study, a room filled with antique furniture and family heirlooms. The scent of aged books and polished wood surrounded us. I hadn't been in there for years. Adam picked up a vintage photograph from the mantelpiece. "Is this you?" I peered at the picture. It was me as a child sitting on the porch of this very house.
It is. I didn't realize my uncle still had this out. Also, great eye.
You've hardly changed.
I was a child.
You're still to me.
What?
Nothing. He nodded, his eyes unreadable behind the mask, hiding a pretty face which I was craving to see. He locked his eyes with me, put a hand on my back, and pulled me in, leaning to give a kiss. I moved back and decided to change the subject.
Hold on.
Probably get back to my friends.
Yeah, hold on, Wody. Hold on.
As we rejoined the party, I reached for my phone to check the time, but it was missing from my purse.
That's odd.
I murmured. "Everything okay?"
My phone's gone. I must have left it somewhere.
He reached into his pocket and handed it to me. "Found this on your uncle's table." I took it slowly.
Oh, thanks.
Why did he have
Never realized I took it out.
But doubt lingered. I excused myself.
Maybe I just need something to drink.
Adam handed me a glass from a nearby table, not letting me go.
Don't drink it.
"Here, try this." I hesitated.
What is it?
"Just punch. Promise it'll make you feel better." I sipped cautiously. The room felt warmer, the lights a bit too bright. Adam stayed close, his hands lightly touching my elbows.
Adam said, "I got
seemed
you."
tense.
I got you.
I'm fine.
I insisted,
help,
even though
damn it.
I wasn't sure. As the evening wore on, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. His voice, his mannerisms, they all seemed strangely familiar. I tried to recall if we
It's probably her uncle.
It better not be, bro. If it is, bro, I don't.
I flipped away to find the bathroom. On my way,
This uncle, bro, I swear to God.
into a small storage room. Drawn by curiosity,
No, she's gonna.
stacked on shelves were boxes labeled with family names. One box in particular caught my eye.
It's probably,
it had my
it's
mother's
gotta be
name
her
on
uncle.
it.
It's probably.
I opened it to find old photographs and letters. Among them was a picture that made my blood run cold. It was my uncle at a past Halloween party, wearing the exact sailor costume Adam had on.
Nasty.
The white uniform,
Nasty,
navy accents, and black mask.
And now
I stumbled back,
he's going to be
memories
right.
flooding in. The way Adam knew about my childhood, the familiar gestures, his presence in the study surrounded by family mementos. Heart pounding, I rushed back to the party. I searched the crowd frantically but couldn't find him. Spotting my parents, I hurried over.
Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you.
Man. Okay,
They looked concerned. "What is it, honey?" I told them everything. Their faces paled. My father clenched his jaw. "Are you sure?" I nodded.
He knew things. Personal things. And the costume. It's his.
Without another word, my father went to call the police while my mother stayed by my side.
Stay right there,
Minutes later, officers arrived, discreetly making their way through the guests. They found my uncle in the garage doing drugs and escorted him out. His mask removed to reveal a smug expression. As he passed me, he gave a sly smile. I just wanted to dance with you, Julia, baby. I'll return for that kiss.
Bro, I'm about to break my computer.
Oh, he said I'll return for the kiss.
I'm about to break my
The realization that someone I trusted had crossed such a line left me feeling exposed and vulnerable. In the days that followed, I tried to make sense of it all. How long had he been watching me? Why would he do this? One thing was certain. The masks people wear aren't always part of a costume. Sometimes, they're there to hide the darkest intentions. I always loved Halloween. The costumes, the escape from reality, the thrill of being someone else for a night. So when my friend Alyssa invited me to an exclusive pirate-themed Halloween party on a private Hawaiian island, I couldn't resist. It was hosted by a wealthy entrepreneur for her job at a luxury travel agency. We arrived at the
not even gonna do the whole thing.
The sky was painted a magical glow of polished and pristine beach. A grand ship replica was anchored near the shore, serving as a backdrop for the festivities. Water sprang from the trees, and the sound of waves mingled with the distant music.
Or just your hand like that.
Yeah, bro. Fuck out of here.
The whole night.
A slutty pirate captain.
If you put a beer drop, my beer holding hand.
Boots, mask,
just
ensemble.
Put a beer can.
As we made our way to the main area, I noticed guests
probably do this way because it's more natural for me.
Costumes, some more authentic than others. The attention to detail was impressive. Servers dressed as deckhands offered exotic drinks, and the atmosphere buzzed with excitement. We were all given a glowing jelly-like sweet.
Oh, shit.
We joined the crowd, mingling and enjoying. Yet, despite the lively scene, I felt a slight unease.
Is this like
Perhaps it was the way the stuff seemed overly
business, or like literally, do we know we're about to get roofing? Because that guy's roofing. That guy's
were stationed at every exit.
He's roofing somebody.
Did you notice the security here?
I asked Alyssa.
It's a high-profile event with wealthy guests. Makes sense they'd be cautious.
I nodded, trying to shake off the feeling. We continued to enjoy the party, dancing and laughing under the starlit sky. Later in the evening, I decided to step away to get some fresh air. Walking toward the quieter side of the beach, I spotted a small group of guests talking in hushed tones. I heard they're planning to move them tonight. The schedule was for tomorrow.
Accidentally hit somebody in the face.
The boss doesn't unsure of what I was hearing. Emma? A voice behind me nearly made me jump out of my skin. I turned to see a man dressed as a ship's officer, his expression unreadable.
Weird,
the main event is about to start. You're invited to join us, he said, his tone polite but firm.
Sure.
He guided me back to the main area, where Alyssa was waiting.
Okay, good. I was like,
there you are. They're about to start the treasure hunt.
We were handed old-fashioned maps and split into teams.
We're good.
The objective was to find hidden clues leading to a grand prize. It seemed like fun, but the conversation I'd overheard nagged at me. As our group ventured into the dense foliage, the path became less defined.
Does this seem off to you?
I whispered to Alyssa.
You're overthinking. It's part of the adventure.
We reached a clearing where an old chest sat under a large tree. One of the team members eagerly opened it, revealing a note inside of treasure. Return to the ship for the final challenge, it read. Confused, we began to make our way back, but the path we took was no longer there. The trees seemed denser, the way obscured.
What?
That's odd. I could have sworn we came this way.
Our phones had no signal. Suddenly, someone shouted. We turned to see figures emerging from the trees, dressed not in costumes, but in plain black attire, faces obscured by masks. Before we could react, the masked figures surrounded us. One stepped forward. Please remain calm. We require your cooperation.
Who are you? What do you want?
I began to do kung fu.
Your families have resources. They'll pay handsomely for your safe return. Kidnapping. The word hit me like a blow. This was a setup. Alyssa grabbed my hand. We bolted into the jungle, the sound of footsteps pursuing us. Adrenaline surged.
I like the effort. I like the running effort. I like that.
I spotted a narrow path leading toward the beach. We burst through the foliage onto the sand.
They're quick,
the
too.
ocean
It's getting
before
loose.
us. In the distance,
Yeah,
a
they
replica
go.
ship loomed. An idea
It's gotta be
sparked.
fake, though.
The ship. They might have a radio or something we can use to call for
They're
help.
not following you? They didn't
We
track you
sprinted
down?
toward it, climbing the gangplank as quickly as our shaking legs allowed. The deck was eerily quiet, devoid of the
Man,
earlier.
you can't. Oh, you gotta step real quiet on those things, too. One step is loud.
Alyssa urged. We found the room and frantically searched for any communication equipment. Instead, we discovered files containing information about
You ready?
us,
Might try and spook us
photos,
coming back.
background details, family connections.
I don't know, bro.
They've
I
been
hope the
planning
ghost didn't get
this.
him.
Alyssa whispered, terror in her eyes. Footsteps echoed on the deck outside. We hid behind a large cabinet as the door creaked open. Men entered and ransacked the room. That is when I noticed a flare gun mounted on the wall. I pointed to it, and Alyssa nodded. Carefully, I reached for it, praying the shadows concealed our movement. Just as one of the men approached, I stood up and fired the
Fire
flare
at
at him.
his ass.
He stumbled backward into his
Put a
accomplices.
flare right in his fucking
Run!
chest.
You damn
We
right.
dashed out of the room. Chaos erupted
Did she do it? Or
behind
is that
us.
you
On
would've done?
deck,
I missed
other
it.
guests
no, she
were being
did.
herded together,
Good.
confusion and fear evident on their faces. I fired another flare into the air in order to distract them.
Flossing them, bitch.
Pointed to a
Yeah.
lifeboat. We
Greta!
hurried to lower it, but the mechanism was slow. The kidnappers were closing in. With a final push,
That's-
the lifeboat hit the water. We jumped
where are you
in
gonna
and
go?
began rowing with all our strength. After a while, we spotted a Coast Guard vessel responding to the flare.
Oh,
Relief
okay.
washed over me as the kidnappers retreated. Hours later, we woke up in a hospital, but our world had changed. They told us that we were rescued by fishermen, that the replica was an old shipwreck
You
that
said it
belonged
was
to
a Coast
pirates
Guard.
in the 17th century.
Well,
There
it
was
was
evidence
fishermen,
of a
it wasn't
small
Coast
private
Guard.
party at the island, but when the authorities investigated, they didn't find anyone else there. They also found a high quantity of drugs in our system, and I suspected it had to do with the glowing jelly that
No.
we
Yeah, I
had.
bet.
We never
Shit.
understood how much of
No
it
shit.
was real or how much we had hallucinated. But the fact remained that none of the other guests were ever seen again.
Should have got that flare gun and got the brat like my homegirl did.
Hey, that flare.
When I was younger, every
Oh, yeah, this is another one. I don't know. I just threw some more. This is a different guy. But, yeah. What's his name?
Oh, another animated joint.
Yeah, I just threw some. I don't know. I did some scary stuff.
Oh.
But, and then we do have bizarre bugs too. So if we want to keep watching this, I got this. Otherwise, we can.
I mean, might as well.
Are you enjoying it? Are we good so far? Are we good?
What'd you
Kind
say?
of fun. Are they kind of good so far? They're kind of fun. Kind of fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's spooky stuff,
Spooky.
but it's got some decent stuff. I ain't mad at it. I've been enjoying myself.
year for Christmas, I would drive upstate to my aunt's house along a stretch of
I
highway.
need to make sure
I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this road.
I get our sponsor
All I know
off today.
is that it runs nearby Akron,
Oh,
New York.
no.
However, for most of the drive, it's through rural areas. With little to no
It's not the
television
same
at
as
all.
last couple weeks,
It was
right?
the dead of
No.
night.
That was the
My
last.
groggy
That
self
was
had
the last
gotten
time.
off a long shift
the last
and had to
time.
drag my ass to my aunt's house
He go,
since my extended family was
There's
expecting
the
me
last
the following
time,
morning.
man. All right.
Near halfway through the drive, I realized I was low on gas,
we
which
sponsored by
irritated
the
me.
complete opposite now.
My brother told me he had filled up the day before, so either he forgot or was just straight up lying.
You lied.
I saw this archaic looking sign for a gas station off the next road.
What do you mean forgot or shit? Like,
It wasn't an official road sign, it was just literally
Like, I didn't do it.
with a slab of metal
tell him I
with
didn't
the
fill up.
sign
I
saying
just wish it's like, just tell me you didn't
gas
fill up. I'm
off
not
the
mad.
next
They
section, or
All
something
right,
along those
whatever. I
lines.
just gotta stop. At least so I know.
It seemed a
At least
little
so I know.
sketchy, but people do the same thing with fruit stands on highways, so whatever. I pulled off the next exit on this dilapidated
Gas station,
country
fruit
road
stand.
through dense
Gas
woods.
station, fruit
The whole
stand.
thing was creepy and surreal.
What?
I kept expecting Leatherface to come running out of the trees with
Well,
a
that's what
chainsaw.
you deserve that.
Eventually, I made it up
kinda
to the gas
deserve that.
station and quickly realized
Why? Because
it
they want
definitely
food at
hadn't
their
been open
gas
for
station?
years.
Or a
It
fruit
was all
stand
rusted,
near their
and the
gas station?
convenience store's roof was caving in.
I just
The
say those
gas
are two
pumps
different
had been
things.
taken out as well. I pull over next to it and check my gauge. We'll probably only make it another half mile before running out.
Although
So I
it's
called
funny you mention that,
AAA, and they
'cause
said they'd send a truck
seem to,
over. Now I just had to play
at
the
my
waiting
gas
game.
station, they put some
I
fruit
left
out
my
the other
engine
day.
on because when the headlights were off, everything was pitch
Like, so
black,
y'all
and
sell
my
fruit
paranoid
now?
self wasn't going to sit next to an abandoned gas station in the middle of the forest and in complete darkness. So most of the wait went, well, uneventful. Until I sensed movement around the side of the old store, where my
Fucking
headlights
Sonic?
were. I
Yeah,
looked
like,
up.
hold
I
on.
didn't see anything.
Hold on.
So I just looked back down on my phone. Then, over the sounds of the night, I hear someone yell to me, "Hey, buddy, come here," in this demanding
Hey,
tone.
buddy,
You.
I
come
look up,
here.
and no joke, there's a dude standing by the old store,
Oh yeah, fuck you. I
Looking
ain't
toward
going
me.
nowhere.
illuminated by my headlights. He looked like a run-of-the-mill homeless guy. I was spooked and figured he must have been squatting there. As I continued to watch him, I rolled down my window and yelled something like, "Yeah, what's up?" Still mentally crapping
Yeah,
myself.
some of that.
I had my foot ready to floor it out of there at the first sign of trouble.
You don't have
"You
much
got any
gas.
change?" "No, sorry, I don't, man." I look up
proceeded
at
to
him,
blick the
and he
old
has this
man up.
vacant expression,
Blick,
as
blick,
if standing
blick.
there stiff.
The old
I
man
see
fell.
more movement. There are
Yeah.
heads.
Oh
I'd say
god.
at least 20 or so heads peeking around the trees beyond the man I'm talking to. I can't see them clearly, but they're definitely people. Literally just heads staring in my direction from around the trees. I see another guy beginning to walk from around the gas station, and then I turned around and just sped off.
I assumed it was the rest of Sonic's
I got as
friends.
far away from that place as
Onyx
my
and
tank
the-
would carry me,
Knuckles.
and then updated AAA on my location. Eventually the driver came back over and filled me up, and I didn't say anything else. But after he left, I wanted to call the cops, so I called the nearest town's sheriff department. They told me they sent a trooper over, and I gave them the location.
When
When I got to my aunt's house, the trooper called me back and said whoever was out there was now gone, but they could tell a large number of people had been living there for quite a while. There were blankets, canned food, the usual things.
They probably still live there.
That whole
Just
situation
waiting.
still
They'll be
freaks me
back.
out.
I'm saying.
But frankly, I can
Yeah,
consider
it's a
myself
nice place to
lucky.
chill.
I'll always have such a creepy story to tell. I'm just glad nothing bad happened to me.
Hey, you. Come
See,
here.
some of those sound like. I mean, some of those could be real. Like that could be like a real story. Like, see, that's what I love about it. It might be. You know, it says it is, but you never know with that.
Most of the neighbors on our street are friendly. We look out for one another. We
But that could happen to
chat,
anybody.
we
Like,
say
oh, I forgot to
hello,
gas
we see one
up.
another,
And
etc.
if you live in a random
It's a
part of
very sweet
Wisconsin, I
feeling
could
of a
totally see
community.
you in something kind of like that.
In the
Or, like,
past,
you know,
there had
any
only been
state,
one
honestly.
household that wasn't interested
Did
in
you know
being friendly
Halloween,
with any of
the
us.
movie Halloween?
An
was a
elderly
true
woman,
story?
mid-70s.
Of course.
We'll
It's
call
a
her
real
Maud.
Michael Myers.
And her son, who's in his
Yeah, it's you. And he
mid-50s,
still
and we'll
hasn't
call
been
him
caught.
Don.
He's
My
you.
partner and I attempted to
right.
wave and say hello,
I'm
only to
sorry,
be
though.
met with
I
cold
get
stares.
blend in. I'm sorry.
Once my dog managed
I
to
shouldn't
out
be
of the
spreading false
and ran through
information
their
over
yard.
the internet,
Yeah,
guys. I'm
Mom
sorry.
touched
It's
me.
not true. It's not a true
The
story.
glare I received from her while trying to catch the dog
Oh
left
God.
me with a feeling hard to shake. You know that
I was trying to catch the
unexpected gut
dog.
punch feeling? When you become the object of a stranger's misery and hatred?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Anyways, we learned quickly to stay out of her way, and we even barely
Little
ever saw
corgi.
Dawn. The blinds were always closed tight. They rarely left the house, and no one ever visited. The last I saw of either of them was at the beginning of August in 2021. Dawn was getting the mail while wearing blue latex gloves.
Oh God.
I thought it was weird, but in early October, one of our other neighbors reached out to ask if we'd seen Maud or Dawn recently. We had not.
Nah.
And suddenly, we were all too aware that their grass over there was 3 feet tall. The mailbox was so full that it couldn't close anymore, and papers were spilling out onto the street. Obviously, a welfare check was called. The neighbor who had put herself directly in charge of communicating with the police called shortly after the check and told us to sit down. Maud and Dawn were both dead,
Oh no.
and had been dead for 6 to 8 weeks.
Like that?
It appeared to be a
Like,
murder
yeah, like,
suicide.
Oh god.
The assumption being that he killed her. I paced the rest of the day in front of my living room windows, watching the crime scene van pull up, the officers in and out of the front door, taking breaks somberly chatting in the front yard. And then after a few hours, out came the body bags. The smell was something I'd never experienced before and will never forget again. The following weeks, I thought of how many times I'd walk by the house with my son and dog, while 2 bodies sat rotting. I stayed up for a few hours a few nights trying to find out anything I could. Nothing. No news stories, crime reports, or anything. So I dug into Maud's history. All I could find was that she'd been buried in a north field, dedicated to the unclaimed.
Just 2021.
I kept a close watch on the house and researched the legal proceedings it would go
then
through.
there's Maud.
Looking at that house, it always felt cold and sad before. Now it felt dark.
When she didn't come back.
I became obsessed with Maud's story, with no way
Peter
of
was
getting
getting
any
mad.
answers.
He's like, ugh.
Her house just staring back at me blankly every single day.
Wait to the show already.
Back in the spring, my young son and I were out catching fireflies. He would stand still, waiting for one to blink, and then run in that direction. It took us up and down the street multiple times. I know this is such a small, silly detail, but that night, I stared into Maud's yard for minutes at a time, waiting to see a firefly, and I swear not a single firefly blinked over there. I became so bothered by it that I stared longer, sure that if I stared long enough, I would see one, but nothing. Complete stillness and darkness. I told my husband that I hoped someone would buy the property and just knock the house down. No one had any business living there now. Today, around a year after they died, the doors were opened and people I hadn't seen before were in and out, carrying bag after bag of what looked like junk. I texted a neighbor and asked for the intel, if he had any.
You got the info.
He said the house and all of its belongings had been collectively sold and bought at an auction 2 weeks ago. These were the new owners, probably getting ready to flip the house.
Yeah.
I typically don't shove myself into situations,
But you
but I
just
just
walked
spent
over.
way too much time thinking about
I'm back.
Oh shit.
wondering who she was,
Oh god.
why she was so angry,
It's midnight. Okay.
imagining what strange life her and her son had been living.
We're ready
What
for you
their
to be
last
like,
moments
ready
were
to spook us.
I knew I'd regret it forever if I didn't ask what was inside. So I did, and they invited me in. One step into
boy.
the front porch, and more puzzle pieces fell into place. It was a hoarder home. There was barely anywhere to put my feet. Stacks on stacks of old fine china,
Stack on
pots
stacks
and
on
pans,
racks on racks.
vintage books and records, knickknacks, and countless boxes full
Lots
of
of
God
stuff.
knows what, from the
Damn.
floor to the ceiling. The woman who had let me in said, "The mattress where it all happened is still here. You want to see it?" Slightly afraid that she'd think I was completely demented, but far more curious, said of course I want to see it. She led me into a bedroom through the piles of leaning stacks of junk.
I mean,
She
I don't
walked
know.
me
I
through
might
a
want to
small
too.
bed.
That's the thing. I don't
Oh
know. I might
my
want to.
God.
I don't think I do, guy.
If you've seen what decomp stains look
I'll
like,
be alright.
then you can imagine what I saw. After
I'll use my
processing,
imagination,
I
guy. I'll be
asked,
alright.
I'll think about
"So
it.
this is where Maud was found?" "I think they were both in here. I'm trying to piece it all together. I haven't even started in the other corner bedroom, but I'm hoping it'll give me some answers. I'll be here organizing and sorting over the next few days. You're welcome to join me if you'd like." I told her that I would love nothing more. So after all of these months, I'm excited to have a chance to get some answers to everything I've been wondering about. To get a sense of who Maud was, possibly find a way to honor what seems to have been a very sad life. To maybe get some clues into why her son murdered her.
Damn.
Her son, who I found out shortly after seeing this house, was a deeply troubled sex offender. He was charged by the FBI for CP and soliciting a
Might
minor
have
in
been things when he was
2014.
a kid.
I hope
That
to
was
do all
over
of
your
this
uncle.
without any bad energy attaching itself
It might
to
have
me.
been. You
I
know?
do keep wondering, why, if this was a murder-suicide, did the police not go into a deeper investigation? Is it because there were no kin to care?
Maybe. Yeah.
Damn. So
Honestly.
that's the it. That's the end of that one. Fuck. Rest in peace, Maud.
Yeah, rest in peace.
This is a relatively old story that my dad has told me. a few
Whatever happened
times
to
over
the clown
years.
story? Where do we land
I
on that?
myself have never been able to witness the house. Through the description that
You
I've
said the
been
clown
given
story?
by multiple men.
Yeah, the
20-something
clown
years
story. How'd
after
that
seeing
end?
it, gave me a very vivid mental
Well, that was
image.
two different ones. That one. Yeah, that was,
To begin with, I'd like to mention that my father is a very
we never figured out
highly
who that
religious
guy was
man.
outside the door.
I'm a
at the
preacher's
time,
son.
yeah.
He does not
Oh,
believe in
lame.
ghosts or anything paranormal in the slightest. Nothing seems to spook him either, but he still swears up and
For all
down
we know, it could
that he
have been
felt
crack.
something unnatural that
But the next
scared him,
episode was
even
the
just
creepy uncle.
mentioning the story to me on the rare occasion that he would bring it up.
Probably.
Back in the late 80s, himself and his friends would regularly hike over to the waterfall creek
Damn.
behind our farm,
You've been accused,
and
bro,
follow the
twice.
trails up until they eventually
You gotta find an alibi, dog.
One night, they decided to
I'm out. It's over
on the
with.
backside of another farmer's land,
I'm going to the cabin.
mostly just to see the animals
do
because
that.
they owned.
You know what they say, every
large
guilty
pets
person
that
has a
weren't common
cabin.
in the local area. Supposedly,
know
after
that.
leaving the area
I feel like you
and
made that up.
continuing into
I
the
feel like
woods,
you made that up.
they managed to stumble upon what are described
know,
by
man.
all 5 men as a Blair Witch
I've never heard
lookalike
that
house.
before.
Sounds like something
very
somebody would
Probably
say.
because I just
My
said
dad
it.
claims that
Yeah,
just
sounds like
that
something somebody would say.
gave him
but-
this ominous feeling.
Might too.
So of course, they all decided to go inside and check it out. Inside the house was a very vintage cottage-style home that was probably built in the late 40s or early 50s. The group was instantly met with writing and symbols in strange Latin-like languages,
No.
Of course.
with a
How
few
about we just
beautiful
leave now?
pieces that quoted
I mean,
a
it is actually
supposed
kinda
satanic
cool.
or
That'd be
pagan
cool.
worshipping ritual, with certain pieces describing how to sacrifice
Oh,
a
yeah,
human
it looks
soul
cool,
to
but I'm
some
gonna get up outta here.
supposedly demonic
Exactly. It
entity.
looks really
Yeah,
cool.
honestly.
But I'm
My
gonna
father
leave.
still
But I'm
claims to this
gonna
day
leave.
that
It
certain
looks really
symbols
cool.
were painted on the walls in blood, while others were
Yeah.
clearly spray painted. And I find it easy to
Look
believe
around like, is
because
this
he
a
also
movie
worked as a
set?
firefighter for years before this happened,
Wait, what's
and had
going
a
on?
lot of experience with seeing human blood, dismembered bodies on the freeway after car accidents. Past the small living and kitchen area was a stairwell that was so small that their shoulders would physically brush the other side of the wall as they went up the stairs. It went straight and just stopped at a small landing, then turned right. So as you started up, you could not see what might be standing at the top. At the top of the stairs, a door led to a large attic-style bedroom, where actual chain and locks hung from one side of the wall, near a circular window at the end of the room, which was also completely covered in those weird symbols, as well as graffiti.
Well,
And now
I mean,
more
there's
obvious and
definitely-
frightening large dried puddles
saying,
of blood
I'm gonna
have been
stick around
seeped
for
into the
this.
floors and walls.
Oh shit.
Allegedly, once they were upstairs investigating the room, they swear that they heard someone moving up the stairwell behind them quickly. But when they looked back,
What kind of janky
there's nothing or
animations
no
are
one
these?
there. Everyone essentially told me that it almost sounded like heels
Hey
clacking
man, I
on wood.
tried hard.
So now completely spooked, they all rushed back down the stairs to see if someone was playing a prank on them and was hiding downstairs. Surprise, surprise.
I feel
They
like all
found
these
nothing
horror
and no new
stories have a
footprints in the
similar
dust and
style of
grime
animation.
that differed from the ones
ones
that they
that
left on their way
animated.
in. To keep things interesting, I met with each of the guys separately to ask them about what they remembered, expecting to maybe find a crack or something to prove that maybe they were exaggerating. But when I asked them, I got the same answer from each of them with no hesitation. They all had the same details, right down to the minute that they entered the house and the minute that they left. But here's where it gets kind of strange.
Well rehearsed.
They left the house and for some unknown reason, decided to try to walk back from a different route, using a compass to approach from the east instead of the south. They did this test more than 10 times that night, walking from every possible route or direction, yet
Why?
always came out at the front entrance of that house,
Oh hell. No.
even when the compass and common
yeah.
knowledge of the area showed that it was physically impossible to be at the south end of the house when they moved in a straight line from north, east, or west. There's probably some scientific explanation for all of it, but I haven't found one yet.
Our compass
These
was
guys
broken.
knew those woods literally like the
Doesn't
back of their
work?
hand.
Or you guys
and
aren't
still do to
smart.
this
You
day.
guys are really high.
The final time the guys came back and found themselves standing
Bro, we never even opened the compass,
Bro,
bro.
we're so stoned.
verging on feverish.
You gotta flip it
They
over.
finally decide it's time to give up when one of them nearly faints, and as they turn to leave the man who nearly almost fainted,
Damn, buddy,
looked
don't
up
look good.
and points
he
at the
looks
circular
pretty bad.
window at the front of the house on the second story. Everyone looks and immediately sees a tall female figure, hunched over, standing in the window watching them. Even though they see no features on her face, other than two large dark-colored eyes, and it sort of shuffled in place before turning and walking away,
Bro, she be
as
just
if it
looking
was heading
around
to the
like
stairs
that.
at the end of the room.
Gosh,
Outside of the
big.
field,
Just like, oh, I just
They
been
all
just,
stopped
I'm just
running
wandering.
together.
Yeah, I know
Ending
they
up
be
on the
looking
side of the
right at you
interstate
guys.
about 3
I
miles
met a
from my dad's
cockeyed
house.
ghost.
They eventually made it back to my
Lazy eye.
dad's place, though they claim they felt as if someone were
Ain't
following
that a
them the
bitch? You
entire
die,
way.
you still can't get your lazy
Hey,
eye
You
fixed.
still got the lazy eye, bro.
Hey, bro,
I
that's
be
it.
To
eating.
announce that he saw
I
himself
be
It
sorry.
happens.
standing outside of the kitchen
I
window
be
at
so
the edge of the
eating.
woods.
Wait, you mean I'm dead and I still can't look straight?
Shut up.
Absolute terror, especially when the subject is brought up to this day. They wrote off what his cousin saw as paranoia. Though 5 years later, they decided to return to see if the house was still standing. It had fallen in on itself. It was nothing more than a pile of rubble.
Why would you go
And they
back?
never went back again.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we do. What?
I always joked with my dad. Would ask him what he would do if he went back
Why
and found
you're-
the house standing the
wait.
same way it'd been back then.
Oh,
Trying
people
to give
just
him a
look
reason
right
to
to
go
lean in.
and see the
People
place
just
for
weird to
myself.
me. I was like,
But
what?
trespassing laws being far
And
more
then look at his,
prevalent in
yeah, he
today's
was
time,
high. He was definitely high.
it would nearly be impossible
That's
without either
They
getting
all
shot or
smoke.
going to jail, as it's not on our property.
Oh, most people smoke these
I don't
days,
know.
man. You're just trying to relax, bro.
The
You're
story
just
itself
trying to chill.
always gives me the
You up.
creeps when thinking about
Should
it.
have opened the compass.
But I
though.
never considered the story to be true.
You should have opened.
So I
Definitely
did
should
this
have
little
opened the
mock
comment.
interview with all the men. And when I say these grown men are scared to death by the story, I mean it. Seeing them get physically worked up and frightened by just telling the story really caused me to be less of a skeptic. What do you guys think? Is it possible that they were just spooked and it caused them to see things
I think I need to get to
Or is
this
there really
bread.
something out
That's what
there?
I think.
in those woods?
What bread? Like money?
Oh, I thought he's talking
The
about.
story takes
what I
place
was
about
thinking.
11
Like,
years
oh,
ago.
He talking about the story.
I was a senior
My
in high
bad.
school at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but it's the single most mind-boggling thing
I thought you
I've
had some
ever
money. I was like,
experienced.
I bet. I'll take $5.
It's also important to note that it happened
I'll
mid-December.
take $5.
I'm from Iowa, and the winters here get cold at night. Like if you get stuck outside, you will die kind of cold. That plus snowfall makes everything dead silent. You
He
can hear
playing
anything
Stadia.
and everything inside the house, and even immediately outside. Me and my best friend were hanging out in my family's walkout basement, just having a boring winter night playing video games. We were also the only ones home. The reason it was just us is because my mother went straight from work to a bar to grab a few drinks with
Grab a couple of
coworkers.
drinks, baby.
So me
Hell
and my
yeah.
friend thought it would be a good idea
Unwind.
to break into the family wine
Grab a drink
and
or
live
two
a
our
little.
style,
Bruh.
baby.
As we were sitting there
Hell
opening up
yeah.
the
They
first
about to drink
bottle,
Miles wine.
I hear the door to the garage open.
Hey,
and
bro,
then
just a
slam
little
shut.
bit though, because you know she be
I
checking.
immediately
You can't.
go
You gotta drink a little out of each bottle.
and start looking
That's
for
what we
places
did.
to
He
hide the
know
bottle.
it.
The
He
levels.
know- he know
Hey,
what's up.
My friend then says, "Hey, I thought your
Drink a
mom
little
was
bit out
supposed
of
to
each
be out all
bottle.
night."
No, we just
She
have people to go
was,
buy us
I
alcohol.
replied. Then I
Yeah,
hear a
well,
few
my mom
heavy
would do that.
stomps.
Yeah, no.
My mother yell out.
My grandma. That's what I'm talking about.
Anyone
My grandma.
home?
My mom didn't care. Grandma, I was
yell
too
back up the
sketchy. I never
stairs.
asked. I would never know.
"Yeah, just hanging out in the basement."
She probably wouldn't care.
I hear a few more steps move from the garage door toward the stairs, and then she yells out again. "Hey, can you come up here? I need your help with something. I need you up here." I reply back while frantically trying to find a good place to hide the wine bottle. "Yeah, just give me a minute, Mom."
Just give me a minute, Mom.
Then there was silence for about 20 seconds. "Anyone down there with you?" She yelled back in a more concerned, serious tone, in a voice that was slightly off from my mother's. This was the first thing that told me something wasn't right.
Yeah.
Our family never cared if
Why do
anyone
they
was over,
panic
as our
so
house was a
hard?
very open house to all my family and friends. And her voice was just wrong.
Yeah, see,
It sounded like my mother's, but it was missing something that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Weirded out, I reply back, "Just Colton." After I yelled that back to her, I found a good place to hide the bottle and began walking up the steps to the next level. Now, as I'm walking up the steps, I couldn't help but feel the overbearing silence of the house and the slight electric twinge. Something isn't
You
quite
can tell
right.
when something's not right at your crib, though.
When
or
I got to the
something.
top of the
or when
steps,
something's, or when your house is
where the
just
door to the
quiet. or
That's
something,
the
just,
human
also the
intuition
kitchen
that
next
people
to
be
it.
born with.
It's
It's
black.
like, don't
Pitch
ignore
black.
it. For real.
oh, never.
All the
ignore
lights
that
were
shit.
off, and there was no moon shining through any
It's
windows.
like, wait a minute.
I walk over to the kitchen, yelling out, "Mom, where are you?" No reply.
And then
Just
right behind
silence and darkness.
Boogity
I feel the electric twinge turn into full needles.
Jesus Christ.
My adrenaline kicking in full
The
force.
animation might be a little too quick. What just
I
happened?
have to get out of here as fast as possible. My
Seen a
mother
dead guy? What's
was not
up, bro?
home. I run back down the
Except my
stairs,
brother
grabbing
is
my
not
coat
here.
along the way.
Yeah, no.
"What's wrong?" Colton says. "My mom's not home." I replied as fast as I could, looking for my truck keys. "What do you mean? You were just talking with her." I could see the confusion on his face. "Look, man, there's no one home. We need to leave now." I took a few steps towards the back door that opens up into the yard. I see my dog shaking on the couch, and my cat growling behind it.
Yeah.
I couldn't leave them.
Yeah, can't
I
leave
just
them.
knew if we left them, something would happen.
Can't leave them.
Are we leaving? Colton said, still confused. No, I can't leave them here alone. Something is really off, though. I'm gonna call my mom and figure this out.
I'm gonna leave the door open for y'all.
I pull out my phone and call my mother. She picks up immediately.
Where you at?
What's going on? She answers. Mom, were you just home? I heard you yelling for me from the second level. And when I went up there, you weren't there. I said, hoping that she was playing some sort of joke. No, honey, I'm just leaving the bar. I wasn't feeling very well. Are you okay? What do you mean you heard me? I fill her in on the whole story, and she rushes home. Colton and I stayed up in the basement with the animals until she got there. Before she did, you could hear something up the stairs. Not walking or sitting on things, but a pressure in the air, like a black hole was slowly moving from one room to the next. And the word that I would instinctively describe it as is hungry. When she got home, you could feel the thing leave just as quick as it came. Like an overbearing predator presence had just flown away. We've still never figured out what the hell was going on.
Probably someone broke in.
This is just one story of many unexplainable things that have happened to us. But this is the easiest one to write down, and the one that I was happy to have a witness to. My mother has passed away now, and I've moved to Arizona. But whenever I go back to Iowa and I see Colton, he still gets creeped out by what happened.
Colton
still never know what took place.
Colton tripping, bro.
I know whatever
Colton
had my mother's voice.
It looked like Colton been through it a bit, though. You see that? It looked like he been through it.
Colton's been staying in Iowa. Of course he's been through it.
That's fucked.
While driving,
oh shit! Here we go.
Felicity D promptly takes out her phone.
Here's the
after noticing
homies.
something down the road. It had caught her attention, considering that no other cars were on the road. It was just her and the driver alone on this highway when this was spotted.
Let's see if we got anything good this thing.
Now, this video takes place in Arenas Valley, New Mexico, where it seems that others have encountered similar experiences.
I can see something.
Ghost sightings are nothing new to those who live around here, but this, as viewers believe, may just be the clearest evidence of something paranormal. Although it's hard to say as to what this was, you can see that something is moving before somehow vanishing. It's a bit faint, but something is there until it isn't. Now, unfortunately, not much info is given on this clip, except that it took place in New Mexico. Yet still, as many have commented, this footage is still creepy.
Exactly.
Just who, or even what, was seen on camera.
Could have just gotten out of the range, too.
On a Sunday afternoon inside a small retail store, an employee working by himself decides to tidy up a few items on display. It was like any other workday at the shop.
These regular motherfuckers,
and start the shift by organizing stuff.
Exactly.
But as he does his job, he all of a sudden runs to the back of the store, completely out of breath and visibly shaking. Johan, in his own words, had felt something heavy drop on his shoulders. Not sure what it was that was on his back. He looks at the security camera recording at this time and sees something that terrifies him beyond belief. This is what he saw.
Look, Johan said, I ain't about that life.
Oh my God, loose, but I bet though he about to get loose. Watch.
Ooh. I see. Say, yeah. So cool, yeah.
I missed
It appears that Johan's shirt.
It was like the inside shirt.
Oh yeah.
I think someone had put their hands on Johan's back. He turns around, expecting someone to be there.
I couldn't tell. That's what I saw
There was
because
no
I'm
one.
tripping.
He was absolutely positive that he felt something heavy on his shoulders. Yet, it seems that whatever weight he had felt was non-existent.
What the fuck was that?
Or so it seems, because as viewers believe, this invisible weight was most likely a spirit who was getting physical with Johan. If that's the case, then its presence was definitely felt. But whether ghost or not, Johan has been left terribly shaken by this incident. To this day, there is yet to be an update on this whole occurrence.
Damn, Johan said, I don't even work there no more.
Probably stopped working there. Yeah, he probably he never went back.
Now, the following
I probably
video
wouldn't
comes
either,
from a
though.
mother
So
who, for
like,
some reason,
probably
began
my
to
last
feel an
day.
overwhelming sense of anxiety while taking care of her baby. It was just her and her son, alone at home, watching a movie peacefully, when things took an unexpected turn. Looking at the bathroom door,
She sound like
it's wide open. When she last looked, it was somewhat shocked. Seeing that something was different, she grabs her phone and begins to record. Whenever something like this happens, according to her, things get very weird. It's a common occurrence, but on this night, what she captures is unlike anything she's ever experienced.
Why are we living here?
On the verge of having a panic attack, she records the bathroom when this is captured.
Clearly it's comfortable.
Moving by itself.
I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, something's moving. Oh my god. Oh, the cabinet open? Or am I tweaking? Right, tweaking.
Please go away.
Yeah, I can't read that.
Please go away. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like
If the
that.
polite stuff don't work,
away.
we gotta try the polite stuff first.
Yeah, we gotta try it first. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work.
You're
Nothing.
not wanted. Go away.
You're not wanted. Well, I mean,
Get
that's
outta here.
rude. That's kind of rude, though. That's kind of
Wherever
rude.
you are,
See?
go away.
But you're not wanted here.
You should say, please. Yeah, could you say, will you please leave us? You know,
No,
just
get
leave
your
us.
ass back.
See, now you went from nice to rude real quick.
Hell yeah, bro. Real quick.
Real quick.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah,
No,
because they keep fucking around.
they're finished. No, they're finishing up their stuff, man. We're
Oh
just
my
trying to.
god.
There's something going on in there. Somebody handling it.
Man, otherwise there wouldn't be a video about it.
Girl said, I'm trying to watch this last episode of Game of Thrones, bro. You tripping.
We're back on Game of Thrones.
I am so scared right now.
Are you?
Please go away.
Respect, respect.
Sound pretty
Of
calm.
course she's scared, but what else is she gonna do? Fucking run? It's a ghost.
Exactly, you can't run. No, exactly. Like midnight got it. What are you?
Spooky? Psst, 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 psst.
Is that? Wait, what?
Is that the cat?
Is that
or
like an
the-
animal? Yeah. Are you trying to call the ghost or? Yeah.
How you gonna call him spooky?
Yeah, spooky.
Moo?
Moo. That's gotta be an animal.
To say that the mother was
Bro, that
spooked out of her
camera was
mind
still
would be
as
putting it
fuck,
lightly.
bro. How did she hold
It's
that
the
camera
fact
so
that she pulls
still?
in her child after sensing something dangerous that really shows this. Now, she didn't see it at first, but after watching this video, she saw it. At the entrance to the bathroom, a very distinct shadow-like figure appears quickly. It's actually pretty quick when it happens, so it's understandable as to why she had missed this. But seeing how fast it moves only adds to the creepiness of this footage. Whatever this might have been, seems to pop in and out quick.
Homie was just in there getting ready for work, probably brushing his
The
teeth.
bathroom door creak has
using
led her
the
to believe
restroom.
that something paranormal took place. But
know,
whether
gotta
it
go to
was or
work.
not, there has
Like, I got
yet
shit
to
to
be a
do,
definitive
bitch.
explanation.
My
of
shift's
what
starting
was
like
on
20
this
minutes.
night.
I'm honestly kind of late. You could stop, filming me.
In the following video, a security guard is doing rounds at a hotel when she suddenly comes to a stop after encountering something very disturbing. This video took place in
Her paycheck was
2019
short.
and was recently shared by a friend of the security guard shown in the clip. At first, the friend who posted this wasn't sure if
It looks
sharing
like
this
she just
online would be a
stopped
good
it.
idea. What was captured, according to them, is something that the hotel would rather keep under wraps. Perhaps to avoid reminding people of a terrible incident that occurred many years ago. In 1986, this exact hotel, which was formerly called the DuPont Plaza, had mysteriously caught fire, resulting in many lives being lost. Guests had no choice but to leap off their balconies as the flames had engulfed the whole building. The sight of this was hard to bear, to say the least. But fast forward to 2019, and the hotel is now rebranded and remodeled under a different company. However, from time to time, strange things would happen here.
Yeah, I bet.
Hotel guests would
can
report supposed
imagine.
paranormal
That's
experiences
definitely a
and
place
blame the
where it's
fire
gonna
incident
be.
that occurred years
Yeah.
ago to explain this. The following video is a prime example
that's
of what
hell,
guests
for
experience
real.
while being here. It's
That's
late
some
at
scary
night
shit.
when apparently something pulls the
that's
security
some-
guard's hair.
That's some real terrifying stuff. Whoa! Whoa!
Ooh, she's like, wait.
Whoa! Did you see her hair? No, her hair got tugged.
I know. She's like, did I just feel that?
She got moved too.
Looking closely, you can see that her ponytail is the first thing that moves.
Her whole body got yanked.
This movement is anything but subtle. It's as if something had yanked her hair, causing her to jerk her head.
That's an obvious yank. That's an obvious yank.
Because she moved. The security guard thought that someone had ran away with her hair. But after watching this clip, that clearly wasn't the case. Her hair was definitely pulled, but it wasn't someone she could identify.
God damn, bro, why you gotta do that?
Because, bro, I'm guaranteed the
I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
It was racially motivated.
Just what exactly?
Damn, that's fucked up.
Being pulled.
I don't know why though. This wasn't like a rate. I mean, well, maybe we don't know why the fire was. We didn't look into the story.
It's late at night when a group of friends
I'm gonna go with my
hospital that's been out of service for quite some time.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
They would never come alone unless they were dared to do so, because apparently this place is not what it seems. Although seeming like an empty facility devoid of any doctors or patients, the Felix Bonis Hospital in Santiago, Chile has been said to have a certain presence within its walls. Now, thankfully, the lights are still on inside this hospital, which is a good thing for the group. The emergency system powering these lights appears to be running.
No, it's about to be really strong, that's all.
The following incident remains just as
I won't drink water.
Drink some water, Brad. No.
You gotta be fucked up to drink water. You gotta be fucked up. I must be like sleepy in the middle of the night or dying, like literally dying. Maybe working out. Where is it?
Estamos aquí en el hospital Felipe. Son las... ¿Qué hora es, familia? ¿Qué hora es? La 1:08. La 1:08.
Early in the morning. Did you see that? Nobody saw that?
I didn't see it.
Someone ran across. There's a body. A guy pinging. I am actively pinging right now. There's a guy. See, I told you I'm pinging him.
Ping.
I'm pinging him.
But upon looking,
Jimmy, if we were there, you would have been alerted. I promise.
Just walking past the group, no one had noticed it.
I would have just been pinging him, but I would have been running the other fucking direction. Like,
clearly,
we're alone.
Had been there, but it's hard to say what exactly it was. Briefly, we can see what looks like a distinct outline of someone small. But strangely, whoever or whatever this was goes unnoticed by the group.
So maybe I would have kept going.
That they no doubt believe that this had to be the spirit of the deceased patient.
Yeah, sometimes I'm the stereotypical white.
Hey,
you there?
Seems that what was captured.
What are you doing over there?
Hey, you.
Come over here.
I have the right to know who you are.
No, I'll come to you. Don't worry. I'm not. Yeah, no, I'll come to you.
He stops what he's doing to record this video, as it was just now that stuff started moving.
If it's that creepy, I'm gone. Wait, what?
And just stuff is moving, right? So this is moved. I thought it was because maybe one of the things is stuck in the blinds, and I closed the blinds, but that was one thing. The bike then fell.
Within the span of 30 minutes, things just started moving on their own. This is something that commonly happens, but not once has it ever been caught on camera. But on this night, something happens that scares the living daylights out of the man.
Oh, scares him.
To get something on camera, he captures this.
I'm just in the crib watching YouTube, bro. Trying to chill.
Just kind of now trying. I tried to film other stuff when the bike moved, and I deleted that video because nothing happened. But I'm just trying to
catch something.
See if I'm going mad and want to catch something. I've noticed things in this flat for quite a while, but I've always put them down to like neighbours' noise or whatever it might be. But this is the first time I've kind of actually seen things move. But yeah, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm saying.
I just.
I'm trying, right? I'm gonna try. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to move, so I can record it.
Please, by all means, feel free to move something. Move one of the leaves here.
See, I'm not. See, that's what I'm not doing. I'm not gonna ask you to
move the mic again or the remote.
Yeah, all that.
Don't be scared. Although I am a little bit scared.
Although I'm scared, exactly. So what you're gonna ask it to?
It's one of those horrible situations where you kind of want to. off.
Okay, there you go.
There is
that was a little quick. That was abrasive. See, that was abrasive. That's an abrasive movement.
You got your
See,
answer.
that's
Glad I got that.
But that's an abrasive movement.
I'm coughing on it.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Tell me that's not an aggressive. That's an
I'm
aggressive.
just trying to show you I got that.
Please move it again. You've done that much. Please feel free to move it again. This, by the way, has been propped up here for ages. This has not been moved. It's never moved before.
I mean,
I'm actually shaking.
I saw that.
Sorry for swearing, by the way.
I know how it go. You put your shit in the house, you don't move it.
I'm so happy that I've just got that.
Yeah, you don't move it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Unless you use
this
it.
isn't like attached to anything. Like there's nothing attached to it. Like I haven't kicked it. I haven't moved anything. It's been I don't know how it was now. It's been kind of propped up for a long time.
Yeah, I don't remember how it was either. Yeah, that's a good way to put it though. I like that.
I absolutely knew that
Had it not been for him lifting his guitar and showing an up-close view of the neck, then this definitely would have raised some suspicions. No strings are seen anywhere besides those on the guitar, and nothing around it hints at the possibility of this being faked. It's the lack of questionable evidence that makes this possibly real, and therefore pretty creepy. Yet this only gets creepier when noticing how sudden the guitar moves. Usually, when things aren't prop right, a slow shifting movement occurs before gravity takes over and makes it fall fast. This, however, immediately moves as if someone had forcefully pushed it. To the man, whatever happened here was surely paranormal. But of course, whether or not that so is up to you to decide.
And then he just
play here. Or is there something
what
else
really
that
sucks
could possibly explain
once
this?
I'm falling, I've given up on trying to like save it because I don't want to like break my arm. I've seen too much of that. I just kind of
Now, not much is known about this next video.
It's like I don't want to.
Sources unknown.
Because that did happen to Black Hand.
Or who exactly posted
See, I've seen it. I'm not trying to go through that, bro. That's always like a nasty. It's always like a real
nasty. Would appear to be a museum.
No, I'll just
visit an exhibit that is a bit disturbing to say the least.
And then you'll hear me whine about it for a minute, like,
my
whole left side just
But it's not the mannequins that make the video pretty spooky, but rather
fucked up my whole
whoever
left side
seems to have not realized that they captured something unusual during this moment. They didn't see that this was captured.
Bro, this looks really creepy. Whatever this is, though, I'm gonna be real. Like this whole situation. I was meant to say that. Yeah, I would never be in this situation. Never. And if I walked into a room where this was, I'm immediately just like, Coke. Hey, pinging. I'm pinging. Jimmy.
Appearing out of nowhere, a shadowy figure resembling a woman is caught in the mirror. Its reflection is captured, but the person casting it is nowhere in sight.
Oh, she wanted to be seen.
If it was a person. While some viewers believe that it was a person in the sense that they used to be alive, many believe that this was its ghost. Seemingly dressed in a gown that a woman would wear during the Victorian era, the mysterious shadow passes by.
It looks like an older gown, that's why I was like, she's walking very proper. I feel like people walked very proper.
Like most videos,
without
much context, it remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera.
Oh, that feels good though when you do it sometimes. Bro, I'm actually kind of tall.
If you caught something creepy on camera,
look how tall I am.
or any ghost videos you'd like me to check out,
look how tall I am.
Next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
So dumb.
On the night of October 4th of 2024, a young couple watch a scary movie that's already been seen by the boyfriend. It's his girlfriend's first time watching the film, and it's exactly how he imagined she would react, completely scared. It's for this reason that he films this video. It would make for a fun clip, but little does he know, this exact moment would be anything but funny. Now, viewers agree that it's already creepy enough that they live in a house filled with clown dolls and other horror items. But what was captured,
those are all
those things.
I know plenty of people that have those interests.
This is caught.
Yeah, that's not as weird.
Yeah, no, I know plenty of people that have those interests. The fact that they're just sitting so far apart from each other with the lights on, though, is kind of upsetting. You gotta have the lights on.
It's not even scary.
It is scary.
He's scared.
You can't be talking to him.
You killed your mother. You killed your mother. You killed.
Look at him. Now he's scared.
I'm trying to see what he catches.
Now he's scared.
What was meant to be a funny clip of his girlfriend's reaction turns into something they would see in their movie. Out of nowhere, the clown doll on the wall moves. Unaware of what just happened, she continues watching the film.
Look forward. Oh, I see that. Now it's slowed down.
Had come alive. While some think that the film had something to do with this,
that was it. Like, yeah, it definitely did. Like
something else was responsible. As it turns out, they live across a cemetery that's quite literally down the street from them. The following is the girlfriend's footage. Take a look.
Oh,
we got more
video.
Wait, what?
Okay, so I thought I'd show you that I actually do live across the road from a cemetery.
I mean, somebody got to live across.
Bro, but that place looks so cool. That place is probably so cool, though. Oh, it's probably so much. It looks like an older building. It's probably got like some culture in that building.
It only makes sense that watching a scary movie.
I love those places that have like culture. The older places, every place had like
on whether or not this was paranormal.
Look different.
Just
now they're all
exactly
cookie cutter houses
that night.
Shit. I love places that you walk in like
personality.
Yeah,
on a sunny day somewhere on a peninsula, a man records a video of an ancient fortress that was built in 1725. Obviously, the fortress has stood the test of time, seeing that it's still intact. But it's not the durability of this place that baffles the man who filmed this. Instead, it's what appears at this place that's left him pretty spooked. He was taking a video while he and his brother explored the fortress. Although many tourists come here, very few know that the fort has taken the lives of many pirates who invaded the peninsula.
That movie spooked me. No, the one where he, the man was fighting for his brother. The movie that first time I was younger spooked me with the song where he was training. And you hear the
video still
ghost
captures
fighting.
footage of something visible and quite peculiar.
When I was a kid,
This is what was caught.
You know you're gonna see stuff or hear something around here. If I was here, I'd kind of hope.
Gorgeous though. Like I love that shit.
Oh, it'd be amazing. I would kind of hope to hear something haunted at like ruins from like what did you say, 1700? No, it's older than that. Way older than that. I would like to hear. You don't want to hear it? You wouldn't ever want to fuck? No.
Whole ass cannon.
This is where I'd be more okay with something kind of happening because it makes sense.
I feel
my house is like. Whoa! Oh, I missed it. Wait,
that was a chupacabra.
Was it a chupanibre? Futurama style.
The man who took this had no idea that something appeared around the fort. He further adds that this, whatever it was, had been inside a closed-off section to the public. There was no way that a person could have accessed this area, as no one had stepped foot there for years.
Well, I mean, you could just
if it wasn't a person, as many believe, then what exactly was this? Now, it is kind of odd how despite the video's quality, you can still make out distinct figures in the distance, but this, even from a not-so-far distance, is hard to make out. While some speculate that it might be the spirit of a pirate who died while crossing the fort, others are simply baffled by the clip. Although uploaded in 2023,
it looks like a jellyfish kind of deal.
But
who knows how? I mean, it was a spirit, I guess. Who knows how it would go? I don't know.
In this last video, a man named Connor Lyle recorded something strange on his doorbell camera. It happened on a Thursday night when no one else had been outside. Connor had just come home at around 8 p.m. and was heading towards his house when suddenly he gets the strangest feeling. It was as if his body, out of instinct, had sensed something threatening. Perhaps thinking it was all in his head, he shrugs it off and doesn't think much of it. But fast forward to him looking at the footage captured of that night.
He turned around like somebody called his name.
The following
was there somebody there?
Watch.
We're looking at it.
He turned around like, who is that?
What the? Huh. You look around again.
I'm saying, he felt something. He felt something. Look, I get scared.
Wasn't just random, completely called for.
That's when you hope to God it's the perfect key slide and turn.
Walking by and then disappearing out of nowhere.
Otherwise, you panic and it's all over.
Seconds pass. It reappears again, but this time a bit closer. It's as if it was making its way towards Connor. Feeling once again immensely unnerved, he turns around.
Yeah, dude, look at his eyes, bro. You see him eyes, bro. He's
As he would
scared,
eventually
bro.
find out, something was
That's that
behind
human
him.
intuition.
This
He
was
felt
his
something was
unknown,
on his
but judging by
ass.
Connor's reaction,
What did they circle? I
tasked to
didn't
be
even
stayed
see.
away
Oh,
from
okay.
ever
Oh, I did see
approaching
something in the
whatever this
background.
was.
Yeah.
While there has yet to be any updates from Connor regarding this footage, this incident continues to
Scared
remain
the shit out
unsolved.
of it.
There is something over there, though.
Yeah, because he.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Also, if you haven't
I
already
refuse
done
to believe
so,
he's
please
tripping that
subscribe and
hard.
make sure to hit the bell icon.
Oh, you
so
hurt.
don't
You're
miss
hoping,
any
like I
updates
said,
in
you're
the
hoping
future.
for the perfect
Also,
key
be sure
slide.
to check
You're
out the
hoping for
official TikTok account
So
for
you
this
heard to
channel.
the crib.
That being said, until next time.
We got chiseled next, so here, this will be a light little. This is the one.
Alright, so boom. There was a video that was going viral this past weekend and throughout this week of a lady that nearly became a victim of insurance.
Spend like a lot of time with darkness. I need a little bit of light on my eyeballs.
Oh my god!
Oh, hey Zoro. I knew my cat blends in with this chair.
Oh my god, what is he doing?
What? Did they just back into this woman? And to make matters worse, this take place in New York City on the Belt Parkway that I drive every other day. It's time to get active. I'm out of retirement. Vigilante back on the street. These people need to be dealt with.
My cat is on this chair.
That shit crazy though.
Babe,
that's blatant as fuck.
I know.
I don't know. Babe. I got into an accident. Oh my god. Oh my god,
Where are
babe.
you?
I'm on the Belt Parkway. This guy just reversed into me. What the hell is going on?
Now, before we break it down, let's just call it insurance fraud is something that's very
I'm gonna need to get a dash cam that doesn't somehow show
they out here like this.
and you enter into an insurance lawsuit. You have a generally high percentage of winning. In fact, it's over 90%. It's damn near guaranteed for all intents and purposes. And look at the coordinated assault that they had on this woman. Because there's a couple of different things that transpired in this entire ordeal that needs to be spotlighted. Let's run the video first, see if you catch it, and then I'm gonna get right into it.
It's crazy. Like, he had one.
Oh, he cuts over. And then, he
You
tried.
bogus.
Tried. And then backs
bogus.
Babe!
Babe, what happened?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Babe. I got into an accident. Oh my god.
Yeah, you dirty for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm on the Belt Parkway. This guy just reversed into me. What the hell is going on?
Reversed into you?
Cut you
Yeah,
off.
literally. And they're gonna blame her. Watch.
Oh, fuck, I'm shaking.
Look.
I know. Oh my god, I can't believe you did that.
Oh,
Oh, my head hurts.
There's 3 of them.
My head hurts.
And they all say their head. Oh my.
You know, after that turn?
This group fucking. There's.
Oh,
There's like 8 of them. No, I ain't even getting
hold
out.
on, okay?
Oh, I would get out.
Insurance fraud like this. Damn.
I would get out and I would check out. That was already dinged up.
I'm glad they had a dash cam.
And they're already got the cameras out. They're looking
I
at
know.
her. They're gonna be angry.
Hey, look at Buddy. Like, wait, I think I got.
Look
a
at
dash
Buddy.
Cam. I think I got a dash cam.
First order of business.
Is that what he said? I don't know what he said. Oh, boy.
In an effort to get her to rear-end them,
To rear
that
end
way
them.
you
Yeah,
can be
that
like,
way
hey
you
man,
can
we
be, hey.
got rear-ended.
Yeah.
Now, granted, thank God she was able to break in
She
time.
broke. That was
So
good
once
shit.
that
Good,
happened,
quick
they were
reflex.
already
Hey!
committed to saying you will be the victim
Why?
of our
Just go
insurance
find
fraud,
someone else
one
or
way or
something.
another.
Nah,
So what
that
does
was
the
the one
driver
they
proceed to
chose.
do?
Hey, look, it
That
actually
was
dents her car too. It actually
Into
dents it
your
too,
bumper.
doesn't it? I didn't even
And then
notice
from
it.
that
Boom.
point, we gonna start to sell it.
It
But
actually
look
dings it too. Look, see
inside
that?
the
I
rear
didn't even
view
really realize it.
mirror.
I thought it was
In fact,
already
I would
dented.
like you to take a look towards the driver's seat of the silver car.
wait.
Something happens there.
Wait.
A bit of a switch,
Something
if you will.
happened?
And
They
last I
switched
checked,
places?
Captain Ginyu does not have a driver's license. So I'd love to know why they decided to change.
I didn't even notice.
I don't know. I got into an accident.
Oh yeah, look.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of movement
Oh my
happening
God.
in there.
There's a lot of something happening.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
That's the wrong time. See, that's the wrong time.
Nobody does it.
That's the
better
wrong
than
time,
me.
Chisel.
Once again,
Also, this
with this
stream is
release of
brought
a
to you by
bid for help
Friendship.
minimize razor fee
Friendship.
face.
It saves
Don't
lives.
have your very get
We love
20
you.
pro. Hit shades
Thank you.
of the Gambino family when they took out.
Hold on. Thank you. I'll give you a round of applause for finding a good sponsor. That last one.
It was just, bro. Don't give me a hard time.
It was an organized hit. Shades of the Gambino.
I never got anything.
They took out Castellano at the hands of John.
Because it's here. It's not going anywhere.
To player 2, but we all saw it with our 2 eyes. Thank the Lord. This lady.
No, the last sponsor. I never got anything with that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anything.
Go and get herself an affiliate, or she can mess around and get a sponsorship.
And I know that's your fault.
The greatest commercial ever made in the history of all commercials for a dash cam to have inside of your vehicle. But it doesn't stop just there. Take a look at the other nincompoops exiting from the vehicle. It's time to put on a show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your New York City Academy Awards. The Bell Parkway Oscars are underway. Take a look at the shorty on the left. Oh my God, 1 second I was in the back seat, rubbing my nipples, and then we everything. Take a look at homie on the right. Man's holding his head like he just joined CTESPN. You ain't never been an athlete, stupid. And take a look at the lady who just so happened to walk over. I was feeling all kinds of pain in my vagina. I need to call my OBGYN. They took out their phones trying to go and record the damage. Look at man selling it as if he's feeling all kinds of pain. Sir,
this lady was actually about to have a panic attack.
Take a look at his face. Like the moment he sees the dash cam, the fear sets in.
Yeah, like you said, he saw it. He
doesn't even know what a dash cam is. She never once realized.
I wasn't sure he saw it.
He turned his back.
This is indeed an organized plan.
It looked like that, but I had
to see it again. The downside was the execution was a 0% success rate. Why is that? They tried to put up a
sheet. The bad part is that it would work so many times, probably. Oh, they put up a sheet. That's what that was.
They failed to do so because you can clearly see movement through it. They attempted to try to hold it up, but they were not very good at it. Furthermore, you didn't have somebody come out the driver's side seat. You only saw the back passenger, and then the front passenger, and then the rear passenger side doors open. So that would signify
who backed up in
whoever
front?
was driving never got out of the car.
Somebody was saying that shit.
Or maybe a random pedestrian
who just so happened to be behind the
car.
Oh,
who saw them reverse.
But that now begs the question: where was the fourth individual in the vehicle? Furthermore,
no one ever got out of the driver's seat. Did you notice that?
Well, let's take a look at the video again.
It was all the,
as you can see, the tarp was originally up, but upon reversing into the vehicle, it came down. But take a look at the hat of the driver in the front. You can tell he's an individual who's wearing a hat, then proceeds to go and switch seats. Fast forward to when everybody gets out the car. He gets out last. Most likely collecting all of the documents or whatever it may be out of the glove or front seat. But as he exits the vehicle, take a look how he walks incredibly slowly, intentionally trying not to draw attention to himself. The other
that guy
of a diver.
Oh, he left.
That this dumbass,
the big
in
dude,
the other hat gets in.
Oh, he got in the other car and left.
Oh my
the Kia in the front.
God.
Did you see that?
They so dumb.
You saw the dude to the left though, right?
Is an accomplice.
You saw the dude to the left though, right?
Insert rear camera. God bless this woman for having the insight to have a front and a rear.
Hey, that guy was smart though, because he left.
Ask yourself, why is it the Kia?
I knew it, sorry. You gotta lose.
Way before the incident even happened.
Is there a backup?
They were attempting to not only switch lanes and get behind.
She got a front and back?
They also wanted to make sure they could keep enough distance to when the incident goes down right now, they would not only be able to go and pull over in front of the vehicle, but they would be able to get the other driver out in time without drawing suspicion to themselves. But little did they know that this lady happens to be smart.
Yeah, she had the rear cam too.
And she has the entire thing recorded. Look at the Kia.
That person's trying so hard too.
Then pulls in front of the other vehicle, waits there patiently.
Damn, she
backwards.
Why she got all that? She's smart too,
to get into the vehicle and they drive off as the whole situation is still going on. With all that being stated, it's clear that this was a concerted effort to try to go and perform a bit of insurance fraud in order to not only mess around and get paid, but also ruin somebody's life. Because let's call it what it is. You're reversing into somebody. Let's just say she just so happened to have a baby inside of the vehicle or whatever could have been in the vehicle. You're putting that person's life at risk. It's more than just insurance fraud. This is vehicular assault as well. And to make matters even worse, You know how sloppy these individuals just so happen to be? They did this back during the summertime in August. Back on the Belt Parkway again, near exit 15.
Same
I
place,
drive
same-
past here every other day. But take a look at that middle lane. There's the Honda once more, attempting to figure out which target they want to mess around and claim. Pull into the right lane, hit the brake as hard as you possibly can in order to get rear-ended. Then take a look at the hooligans. Upon exiting from the vehicle, this dumbass motherfucker tapping on the damn spoiler in order to say, hey, you hit us. What's wrong with you? And the same exact scenario. You have one person get out holding their head, another person gets out, never looks at the driver whatsoever, but exits towards what? A red Kia.
Y'all finna go to
Up on
jail.
the left. Looks familiar.
Oh, y'all finna go to
because
jail.
it's the exact same vehicle.
It's the same heavy set dude.
This past
it's the
week
same big
against
dude.
this woman.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
It's the same big dude.
Johnson.
Thinking this is an open and shut case. You happen to have the dash cam that can prove that you were not at fault. Correct.
How did they get two dash cam people though, too?
The individuals who the car happens to belong to.
Maybe they do it all the time.
This is a
Maybe, and I think more people have dash
continually
cams.
using
than-
this. This would be a terrible move if you just so happen to be a
A lot
criminal.
of ride share people.
Insurance fraud. But
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that Uber and this and that.
to be
Yeah,
involved.
tons
That
of
one in
people do
particular
that.
is what
That
really
lady looked like she had a truck.
because
Maybe it could have been a big
clear-cut,
SUV.
Not only accomplished,
The lady who was
but
on her
also
phone.
the mastermind
It looked like a
who
bigger,
goes
and that the hood of that
have his
looked
face.
kind of like a Chevy
Like a-
truck.
yeah.
The driver who gets rear-ended or is forced to rear-end their vehicle, and furthermore, if there happens to be a dash cam, you have the plausible deniability. That's the mastermind of this entire situation. So for my fellow New Yorkers, you see a red Kia on the Belt Parkway, I ain't saying it's time to be a vigilante. But if you happen to write down that license plate, feel free to DM me. I'll do it for you. That's neither here nor there. I
Man,
cannot
my boy said,
confirm
I'm
nor
out
deny said
here.
sentiments. But let's just say if we happen
Yeah,
to see a
I'm
red Kia
with Chisel,
on
bro. I'm
fire
getting tired
somewhere
of
in
these
New York
folks,
City, you know
bro.
who did it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. One way or another.
People out here
Let me tell
trying
you
to
something
live their
now.
lives.
These dumbass criminals need to be off the streets of
Man.
New York City expeditiously. And furthermore, this is not anything that is new nor foreign in the country, because this has happened around the country in numerous different cities, big cities, smaller cities, where people are performing insurance fraud. So to everybody who is out there, y'all be safe. Go and get yourself a dash cam, get
Facts,
yourself a
Trevor.
rear
I feel
cam,
you
get
on
yourself
that.
a side cam,
'Cause this
whatever
shit
the case
ridiculous.
just so happens to be. Because this could have easily been you.
I know.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point. I'm not gonna hold
No.
you. New York City's fine.
Wait,
Probably
is he
not
gonna
gonna make
wait?
this
Honestly, wait. Send him out.
The
Bring him out
NYPD,
this time.
This is probably
Are we gonna bring him out this
He
time?
probably gonna come
not
out.
necessarily slide underneath.
Sure.
Probably
This is
yeah,
one of the
probably
times
come
I'm
out.
okay
They
with
might
it.
just delay.
This is one of the
when it comes
times I'm
to a
okay
sense
with
of
it.
I'm okay
urgency,
with it a
because
lot.
Other things are much more important.
There are quite a few times when he doesn't get brought out. But there's some times when it's like, well, let's like, there's other things we can do besides just.
Chris,
Ah,
there you
yeah.
go. Bring him out.
To see him.
Bring him out. Bring him out. Bring him out.
You're gonna have to die. Here comes the United States champion.
Bring him out, man.
He's not gonna do what I think, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Come on.
Yeah.
16 Arms are clasped. Look at already. I can't believe it. John off the ground. Is he? Whoa, yeah.
Y'all getting a crippling cross-facing hell right now.
It's crazy that he still plays so much of that guy's face. Like, he's the only
Hey, I
person.
appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit.
I'm gonna be real. He is the only person that I know that is willing to throw out Batman's name and image in any way.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
like
you.
freaking,
But
like
yeah, but
on
Chris,
a regular basis.
but at the same time, I think Chisel probably feels the same way I do. Like it's
Oh,
not,
he feels the same way.
like it's not. People want it to be a big deal, but it's not a big deal if you don't. You know, like bro, it is what it is. It happened. Bring Chris out for real.
I'm with you on a lot of it, but I'm just.
I ain't gonna say it's not a big deal because this shit was a big deal, but you know what I mean. Like, bro, it's over with. It's over with, man.
I mean, again, I'm not arguing that either. I'm just saying he's the only person that I see who is willing to. You don't like think about it. Is there anyone else that you see streamer wise, anything wise that brings out Chris on a regular, if any, kind of basis?
No, they don't have a reason to. Shizzle does.
That might be true. There's a lot of wrestling channels that could. I feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe not. The next video I had, I could have put up. If you haven't, it was just British kids trying American candy. It was just in the spirit. I don't know. This is the theory of
20% of my subscribers. So if you have already turned on the notification bell, turn it on.
It was just in the spirit of the holiday.
I appreciate it.
Oh, they got teeth, didn't they?
It was just in the spirit of the holiday because I just think it's fun to see what they think about our candy. We don't have the orange or do other spooky stuff, or what we can find stuff. Shit. Oh no, I don't have like the fuck. Shit. Might just order some of those fucking mushroom pens and stuff because I do enjoy this little like once a week kind of like.
I mean, I know it's folks out there, you know, like it's not uncommon for real.
Oh no, it's not uncommon.
Because personally, I feel you like it. Once a week, like shit, I'll probably be down for that shit too, for real.
It's nice too. It's not like. I don't know. I don't feel it. I mean, I feel every now. I feel a little every now and again.
But that's just how that mushroom high is, though. Like it,
exactly.
You know, like it's not. Yeah.
No, everything's.
People make it seem like it's like no, bro.
No, everything. Especially because we're not like maybe if I ate the whole bar right away.
Right.
Like, definitely, if I ate the whole thing right away, I'd probably be.
In moderation, that shit is fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
Everything just kind of got the little semi-underwater feel in a way, but you're not. But like when I go to move or this, that, it's not like I'm slowed down. Like I play Apex, this, that, all that.
Like I said, it's not.
Underwater's not the best way to put it.
I get it, bro. I know exactly the feeling you're talking about.
It's like.
Everything's fuzzy, but it's not.
It's also really fucking clear. Like it's fuzzy.
Like I said, it's fuzzy, but it's not.
Really clear.
So it's definitely a feel. I feel you.
Yeah, those pens, I like that. Especially because it's kind of like oil. It's got that extra potent. But this works. The system, man.
Science is a motherfucker, for real. Alright, man, let's see what's up with this cat.
I don't understand what the flavour's meant to be.
I'm kind of curious.
You like chocolate covered?
These kids look a little bit younger, some of these
I
kids.
actually really love that.
Yeah?
Really? I love those.
Usually it's high schoolers.
Not really.
I don't celebrate Halloween. Do you guys go trick or treat?
Glad they got some young kids. I've seen.
Or trick
Did I watch these guys before? With you? Yeah.
First up, the most popular Halloween candy.
I watch these guys all
Is it a Reese's? Like, what's the thing with a Reese?
Good question. Good
I've never thought of that.
Give it a taste.
Oh no, I missed the comment in the kick chat.
There aren't Reese's over there though. Is that like?
Yeah. Reese's are there. It's the best candy, bro. Hands down.
Rico just went all in. All in.
Is that all in one?
All in, bro.
Yeah.
Hands down.
We can talk about it.
Best candy.
I really like that.
Yeah.
So is that peanut butter in the middle?
Peanut butter in the inside.
I really like peanut butter.
Quite mid-tier, to be honest.
If you don't like peanut butter, you suck.
Amazing about them, they're always solid. Like, I don't think they're like underrated. They're definitely not overrated. I think they're like
rated.
He said they're not underrated. Yeah, middle.
Next up we have
the British brothers.
I've seen memes about these saying awful it is.
You never tried it?
You know you look like a young JJ with the fucking hair. That was
Didn't they?
They look like moldy
They're not horrible. I could eat a few.
I could eat some. I'll fuck around and eat a little bit, but I'm not gonna actively buy them. Like if someone has them out and have or offering them, they're not. I feel like they might like them more than a lot of Americans do, honestly.
What is that?
Kind of like, yeah, it's terrible.
What is that?
Weird.
I'm glad we don't have that here.
Really?
Yeah.
The Americans can keep that.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever had one.
Is that?
Feel free.
It's not a hugely popular over here these days either.
I don't know if they made a mistake.
Do you know what I mean? It's just sweet.
It's just
very small.
It does taste a little bit sweet corny. Oh yeah. If you boiled down the sweet corn juice and added a ton of sugar.
Sweet corn
I don't eat
juice.
sweet corn.
Yeah. It's like if you left a jelly baby out in the sun, like for like.
Is everything behind them actually purple, or am I like tweaking?
You can just keep going.
Is that purple?
I fucking love them, but these guys aren't.
What? But what are the? Wait, what is that? Like, wait, where are they? Where that the whole bookshelf?
It has to be a light. It's gotta be a light.
No, it doesn't look like a light.
Is that?
Oh, those are gonna be banging. Those are gonna be banging. Unwrap, Butterfinger. Those are gonna be banging.
Crispy, crunchy,
Peanut buttery.
All those are single ones inside the
The
box.
single ones inside.
Make it sound better.
If they got a fresh
those
box,
up. I
they're
fuck
really
those up
good.
too.
But sometimes they're old. And
Yeah,
they
exactly.
smell.
Exactly. Right. Sometimes they
Crispy,
look too
crunchy.
You
old.
gotta have a fresh Butterfinger.
That could be a whole
Those are.
piece.
I could eat the whole shit. Yeah, I would eat
Yeah,
that.
those be
Almost
hit.
like a rock. With a
I used to hate Butterfinger as a
and then like
kid.
another rock.
I don't know about hate, but I didn't like them
It's
that
like
much.
too crunchy.
I feel like I thought they were different than they were.
If I saw them in a shop, it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be my first instinct to get them.
But if you got that at someone's house.
I would eat it, I would eat it.
I wouldn't say it's my favourite.
Okay.
If you went to a rich person's house and
I'll take
they
it.
like paid to import it from the USA, would you be happy if you got that in your Halloween basket?
I think I would, but my dentist definitely wouldn't.
It sticks to your teeth.
Yeah,
Like, they need
oh,
to
definitely.
stick a teeth.
Definitely sticks.
Crunchity, stickity.
Stickity. Hey, I got an addition. I like it. Oh,
Tam nails.
they don't know how to say tamales. Oh no.
Tamales.
They don't know tamales.
Hot nails.
Hot nails.
Hot tamale.
None of them know how to say tamale. None of them know how to say tamale.
Cinnamon
Those
flavored chicken. These
aren't
could be
hugely
awful.
popular over
Oh my
here, so I
gosh.
get it.
It's like a
No,
mess.
but tamales that's a Mexican food.
Pretzels. Yeah. It looks like tablets.
I'm just saying, it's like it's not a random word.
I know.
Tamales are good as fuck.
Oh my god.
It depends on the
That's the
tamale.
perfect sweet.
Oh yeah, oh.
Oh,
A million
that's
percent.
spicy.
A
That's spicy.
million
Spicy.
percent. Tamales are hard to make.
Exactly.
You gotta make them right.
Exactly.
Oh, you gotta make them right.
You make
My
them
mom,
bad, they
This went
can
south
be
really
bad.
fast.
Never had
my
this
mom made
in
some
my life.
banging tamales, especially for a white woman.
It's
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Banging, bro.
You good, Rico?
She used to be a cook. Like
I'm about to say, I imagine, bro, you do it enough, you gonna know how to make them banging. For
Okay,
real.
like fiery.
People give these
For
to
a
kids.
period, she
Yeah,
did.
we
We
just
watched
Yeah.
religiously
Next up,
A real
for
classic.
a long time, and she was
No,
cooking
these
all
are
the
not
time.
nice.
She was
Why?
cook,
How
but
do
she
you know
wanted
already?
to
First
just-
look.
saltwater taffy.
Saltwater?
So-
Let me see.
that was jinx.
I do kind of want to eat a bar bomb.
Taffy's solid, bro. I would fuck up. I just don't like bad, like weird flavored taffy. I like any of the regular flavors: strawberry, lemon.
That's why we go to the rich
blueberry.
houses. They would never get it.
Like, I could probably eat a piece or two.
A piece, so. Oh, there you go. I'm not gonna.
Still
So I had to eat it.
one of the top three.
This is still one of the top. Yeah, up in the east, probably saltwater taffy.
Tasted it. This might be your favorite.
It's not bad, actually.
I really like this.
Chewy mint.
I apologize.
Oh, you got
I
it
don't
bad.
like it.
I think about. I had a nice flavor.
Yeah, it was good.
That's all
See,
the flavors.
that's the thing. 1 out of 3 people loves it.
It's all that's true. That's a good point on your part too. Like that's a great.
That's quite nice.
That's the whole thing about it. It's like 1 out of 3 people love it.
tasty
So it's like,
marshmallow.
I don't know if it actually does have it in it, but all I can taste is cinnamon.
Oh, you
I'm
still
not sure
just
if it's still from the last one, but
Depends on what flavor.
I think.
Oh yeah.
They're different
Which
flavors.
one's a different flavour? That one.
That's 1 in 5 a day.
That one's.
Oh, I hate licorice.
Oh, did you choose a licorice
Yeah, I
flavour
chose
one?
the licorice one.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
Bad. Happy I didn't choose the licorice one.
Yeah, the licorice is.
That's actually really
I fuck with regular licorice.
Wow.
I fuck with. I used to not like it. I'll fucking like it.
Easily.
Next up.
oh, Tootsie Roll.
Imagine this being like
underrated.
Because it's called rolls.
Yeah.
Not the greatest, but
Very
underrated.
patriotic with all the.
Yeah, underrated. They're perfect for what they are, bro.
Yeah.
They know what you're gonna get, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's chocolatey and it's good. I would fuck it up.
No.
I got a couple of them the other day, honestly.
This Tootsie
There's
Roll.
out of a bowl. They're usually old folks.
Caramel and chocolate.
Yeah.
The time gotta be right, but I'll fuck them up.
What about the fruities?
The fruities, I'll eat those
Wow,
ones.
fuck them up.
I don't understand what the
fruities
flavors
are
meant to
fire.
be.
Especially the little, not the ones made by them either. I'm talking the little ghetto ones too. I will fuck the fruities.
Oh, I was talking about the actual Tootsie Roll ones.
I'll eat the Tootsie Roll ones, but no, the ghetto ones.
Ah,
The
yeah,
fruities,
those are
the
good.
little.
Oh,
Those are great.
I actually really love
Because
them.
they're a little softer.
I love them.
They're a little softer,
And a
bro.
little-
Exactly, and they got a more flavor.
Yeah, they got more flavor.
They got a little more. They know who their audience, bro.
Chewity.
It's like
That's
Kool-Aid.
another one for the mini rolls.
It's like you're drinking, like you're eating Kool-Aid, damn near.
milk
Yeah.
duds, candy milk,
No,
chocolate, caramel.
they're
These
gonna
are going to be nice.
I have a love-hate relationship with these.
I feel like I could eat
caramel
them.
inside.
No, it says chocolate.
I don't like the chew because they make your jaw
Very
tired.
chewy. It's like a Mars bar in small
But-
balls.
Once you get to
I don't
that
know why they
flavor,
call them
you're like,
milk
you know what? Maybe
They
not.
don't really taste
the
much like
worst.
milk.
The chocolate tastes a bit weird. A bit like vomit. I think the caramel.
The chocolate on the milk does
That's what I'm saying. You gotta actually like
One of the rich
mix it.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't like that.
Expectations are high.
If you didn't really know what this was called, you could probably call it like a dud.
Okay, so milk is not accurate, but dud is.
Yeah.
Next up, another classic.
Yes.
I fuck with Twizzlers. I used to not like Twizzlers when I
I
was
eat
a
them
kid.
bitches all the time.
You just want to twizzle it.
I used to not like them when I was a kid.
Those specific kind.
I'll fuck them up now. Those specific ones I didn't like when I was a kid, but I like them.
Great demonstration. Dividing opinions.
It's a great. This is another really good opinion though. They all had varying opinions.
1 out of 2 people love them.
1 out of 2, yeah, 1 out of 2 or 3.
It's like you're eating literally on rubber.
Oh, you finished yours.
All in one.
Oh my
Like I
god.
said, 1 out of 2 people love it.
Oh my
Disappeared.
goodness.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm chewing plastic.
Yeah, just because you like it doesn't mean you can't continue to bite it, homeboy. Like, chill, dog.
Like
Chill.
rubbery.
No, dog, it's going on. It's going on. I do the same thing.
He like, oh.
It's just weird.
He's
And then it tastes quite nice.
It tastes like nothing, and then with a little, like, the smallest, like, kick of strawberry. They taste a bit like leather, no?
And you like that?
Yes,
tasted
I love leather.
You've tasted
Yes.
leather before.
I know.
I mean, you can know what leather is when you smell leather. You can taste leather when you smell a leather jacket.
Yeah.
A fresh
Leather.
jacket.
Yes.
No, leather. Well, leather.
It's not bad.
And rubber too, honestly.
But it kind of just feels
It's like a
eating-
ball. If you get a fresh ball,
I get the hint of
smell it. Oh, you come on. You know you
You gonna bite that motherfucker.
I love
brand
it.
new. It smells. That's what it feels like.
Next up.
When you smell it.
Cheese.
Hershey's. Everyone's had her.
I've seen these all
I used to
over.
like these.
I love Hershey's.
I've never had them.
Do you know what I love about Hershey? Everyone
Used to
hates them,
like
which means they're
these.
pretty cheap at stores, and I always get them.
Okay.
They're all cheap and stuff.
Hershey's, I've heard a lot
They
about
are
these.
not
I'm
bad.
gonna be honest.
I kinda
Okay, so
like-
some said they really love them, and the others said they've heard a lot about
I've
them.
never had Hershey, so I'm not one to judge.
Okay.
Until now, I guess.
They not horrible, but I don't think they're great.
No,
I don't dislike
that don't
them.
taste that much.
I always like.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's
Pause.
not.
But yeah, okay.
I suck on my chocolate.
No, I hate
Pause.
like the milk.
I like let it
chocolate's
melt
gone
a little
bit
bit. I like that.
I
don't
do
like
too,
to
though.
just eat
I
it.
do
That's
too.
what I love
I like to
about
let
it.
it melt. I love that.
And this definitely does it wrong.
I feel like you're starting a political campaign? It just tastes like it's been made in a lab. Not bad though.
And you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chemically flavour.
I
So
think
it
McDonald's
tastes cheap
flavor.
and
Yeah.
chemically, and that's why you like it.
Yeah.
That lab
Okay.
flavor, dog.
What a review.
This has definitely come out like some like science lab, but our chocolate, it feels like it's been grown on a farm.
Yeah, that's not it.
No, your chocolate is like.
You know when you get that feeling.
A little sick burp.
Yeah.
A little sick burp.
We got science on our side.
Eating chocolate if our only chocolate was Hershey's.
Wow.
I think it's controversial, but
You know
I
why?
prefer them over a Cadbury's bar.
Cadbury, I knew it! I was gonna say the only reason I hate him is
I
because
love
Cadbury is so
Cadbury.
big.
I can't love Cadbury too.
Contender to
I don't. It's different. It's the taste. I don't like them. The taste. It's because the difference.
I mean, probably
you
not
can
in
taste
that
it.
accent.
I don't buy a Hershey.
You know what I fuck with though? A Dove chocolate. Dove milk chocolate.
Oh, Dove, yeah, I
what
can
you
fuck
like.
with it,
You
yeah.
grew up eating horrible chocolate.
Then you
Dove makes a
love
good
horrible chocolate. I love a good sick burp.
Next up.
Oh, Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, right. Never mind. Reese's and then
They're
these.
gonna love it. They're gonna love these. Everyone's
Reese's
gonna like
and then these.
Almost everyone's gonna love it.
Mouthful of
Almost
sugar.
everyone's
These
gonna
deserve
love
to be
these.
sold in the UK. I get these on the way home from school.
Do they sell these everywhere in the UK?
They're really expensive though.
Yeah, they're like £2.
You gotta go to the rich houses.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow, 2 pounds is like $3.
Are they sour?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mediocre
See,
sour.
exactly, mediocre. I don't like sour candy,
exactly.
bro.
One of
They just
George's-
I love
enough
sour
sour,
candy.
bro. I can't stand sour.
Artificially
Oh,
flavored.
the last one is Pop Rocks, really.
His face.
They didn't do a great representation of our candy. I'm gonna be real with you though.
I ain't
You
giving
like
no.
the old.
Unicorn dust.
They didn't give us Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers is the
Literally
one
a
I was
Snickers.
missing. Yeah, the Snickers is the
Maybe
one.
score worldwide. Maybe
But they got
Snickers are
Reese's and
worldwide.
Sour Patch.
your
So
mouth.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no like Three Musketeers, no Snickers, no Kit Kat, no. Are they all already there or something? Like
I don't know. They might be.
Airheads would be a good one to try. Starburst would be a good one to try.
Can you hear it?
When you
Twix.
open your mouth, yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can think of so many candies that like are way higher than that. They did hot tamales. They didn't try Mike and Ike. You didn't do the cousin. You didn't do his cousin. You didn't do his homeboy. You didn't do the.
Still hear it in my
You got Dave, but not.
It's fun to
Mike,
eat, but the taste isn't for me. Like
And
when
Ike,
I'm chewing
put
on
down
it,
the
it's
street.
literally like I'm chewing a bunch of pebbles.
Is it a race thing? Because Ike is.
What do you guys think? American Halloween candy?
Yeah. Yeah, good.
I think better than England.
Yeah, 100 times.
Wow.
Oh, they like our candy better. Nice.
Okay. Rich houses, if you're
Still
watching.
said it's better than England, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Import.
Supply.
High standards. We're expecting high standards from you.
Yeah.
My boy said, I want a Reese's. I want some Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen this yet?
Nah.
I haven't watched this. I don't know if I want to necessarily. The story I'm gathering is that this.
I have not seen anything. I ain't seen nothing about it.
Have you heard about it?
No.
You know, you heard about it? So he leaves his daughter in the car and goes in to play video games, and she dies.
What?
Due to extreme heat. And then he tries to play. And then he tries to play victim. Yeah. Yeah. That's the story. That's the story. You know
Okay,
what?
now I gotta
That's
see it.
what's going to be going on.
Yeah, now I got it. Now I have to play it because I don't want to get things wrong. But here,
His 2-year-old daughter in a hot car for hours before she died. All of this while he allegedly was playing video games.
Well, guys, it seems
Then he tries to. And then he.
trend. These last couple of videos have been
Yeah, now we got to get to some of our real shit, bro. Now we get to some of our real shit. We did some of the spooky Halloween, and now we deal with the stupid scum of the earth again.
Continuing that trend today.
This
Now,
is-
what we're talking about today is not
I
exactly
don't-
This is the
what we
lowest-
did a month ago, but it's news to me.
How do you
and
get lower than
it
this?
would probably
There
be
is
news
no-
to a lot of you guys as well.
From what I can tell and what I've heard, he
These
tries
can
to make
never really
himself
be
be
talked about enough.
the
So
bat.
here we
Bro,
go.
this nigga was in there playing the game, bro.
From what I hear, he tries to make himself be the victim too.
This might
He
look
tries to
familiar
make
because he made a
himself be
video
the
on this
victim,
a day
from
or
what I
two
hear.
ago.
So if that
It's not
happens,
to
I
be
might
asked to
walk
think
off
that
set.
I wouldn't be making
I
this
feel you.
video
I
if he
feel you.
hadn't made that upload and
Walk
what I
Offset.
Like I said,
It's like,
to
what's
me,
that
that's
Z
where
got?
it
Hey,
is.
yeah, my part so don't have to go.
I feel you.
To be talked about more. Earlier
I'm gonna take a second and then I'll probably click next on the video.
Murder after leaving his 2-year-old daughter in the back of a hot car for over
3 hours.
Seems like it could just be a terrible accident, a horrible tragedy. It very quickly becomes clear that the word accident has absolutely no.
No, he did it up. Wait. He did it on purpose.
We're gonna look at today, but I want to give you guys some context, some stuff they discovered after the fact, because it really makes every single thing this slimy piece of shit says 10 times worse. Chris Schultz did not leave his children in a hot car just once. He didn't do it twice. It wasn't a 3-time thing. The investigation into the death of this child discovered that on at least 59 different occasions, this guy left either one or both of his children in the family SUV in Arizona. Why? To watch porn and play video games. While being questioned by the officers, the guy admitted that he knew his car turned off after 20 or 30 minutes of idling, probably because he leaves his kids in the car all the time, and despite that, he still left his 2-year-old daughter in the back of his car in the middle of the Arizona summer, presumably so he could play video games and jerk off while not having any actual responsibilities as a functioning because that was the investigation into the death of either one or both of his children in the family SUV in Arizona. Why? To watch porn and play video games. While being questioned by the officers, the guy
PlayStation 2. Nigga, you playing PlayStation 2. You not even
30 minutes of idling, probably because
first off,
in the car all the time.
I'm
despite that,
I'm wrong. I'm mad at the wrong
his
things right now.
2-year-old daughter in the back of his car.
No, it all comes into this guy's a piece of shit. You're right. It all goes into him being
while not having any actual responsibilities as a functioning adult.
Man,
The child
bro,
was
you
not
failed.
discovered until
You
3.5 hours after he
failed as a
left her in
person.
the car, and was only discovered once the mother got home and
once
could
the
not
mom
find the kid.
You
got
failed as a
home
person, nigga.
and
You
couldn't.
Had a child from a
He
previous
even
relationship,
forgot
a
when
16-year-old daughter, who said that he has been doing stuff like this for years, and all of that is really just scratching
He has
the
the
surface.
812.
This guy's been documented drunk driving with his children in the car, being addicted to multiple hard substances and exposing his children to them. Not exactly father of the year.
So
And
why-
despite of all of that, he still tries to play the victim once the police show up to his house after he effectively murders his own daughter. Now, with all of that in mind, this body cam footage is going to be significantly more frustrating to watch than it already was. It truly baffles me that people like this walk the earth. But with that being said,
This
let's
one might
not
be
waste
one I
any
don't know
more
if I can
time.
watch.
Let's begin.
I kind of feel like I need to, man. 'Cause I'm
Why are you with me? Because we were first responders and we were on scene. When they call us, anything like this happens, they call us.
Look at this nice ass crib too. Nice
Oh,
ass
you know
car.
he's wealthy. Oh, you know he's wealthy. You know
with the AC on, just as he claimed in that 911 call.
The AC was on.
What the fuck does that?
What does it matter? Why are you? It doesn't fucking matter. Why?
You guys don't hear from me. My
The AC was on. Is that what you got to tell me, bro? I'd have slapped his ass then.
You can't. You can't though. You're an officer of the law. That's the thing. That's why I don't think I can be a cop. Because I would. Oh, I would have own body cam.
This nigga had the audacity to.
Maybe can I leave my vest outside just one time? Is there an excuse? Is there an excuse I left it
I had
outside?
some trouble finding like the full unadulterated body cam
Look
footage.
at that house, bro. You can tell.
They kind of splice some together. They're all blurred and
Like you
certain
said, they've been
elements, I
doing
guess,
this
to protect
forever.
certain things. But you'll notice a trend throughout this. The only time this guy starts to cry or show any serious emotion is after some indication has been
He's gonna
made
get
that he
arrested.
might get in trouble
Yep.
or he might be getting arrested. This guy's child is dead, and he only breaks down into tears after these guys say, "We're here
Yeah,
for
buddy
you,"
gotta
and
go.
that will
Buddy
continue.
gotta go, man.
What happened
He gotta
today?
go. I better not hear about this nigga getting no type of
Hold on,
fucking.
I gotta hear this.
Around and
Hold on, just one second. All right, go ahead. Never mind. I wanted to hear him break down and talk. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was trying. I wanted to hear it.
Elevate with my friend next door. They got home about 2:45 or so.
Bro, this nigga better not get no time off. Like, he better get life, bro. Like, I better see this nigga in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but you know what's gonna happen? Hopefully, and I hate to say this because I'm a bad person. I'm still a bad person for saying it, but I hope someone handles him if he ends up in life and not taken care of.
Could be me looking too far into this, but I feel like him saying this is really indicative.
And he said
his anything wrong with what he does. Like to admit
he now and his other daughters saying he's been doing this for them.
Believe that
you gotta get
nothing's
took
gonna
out,
happen
bro.
to you, right?
You
I mean, within like a minute of him sitting down to talk with his cop, he admits that
I know I'm a bad person for saying
man,
that.
I'm with you though. I'm with you. Like, nigga, you done.
I don't care how bad of a person. I would be the one to do it. If I
don't think a person who's committed a crime or thinks they've done
I would be willing.
Think about
to
it. If your life amounted to like, if you got to this point with this nice crib, nice house, and you let this shit happen, you gotta go.
Didn't do anything else really on the house.
Because it was clearly your fault. It was nobody else's fault but yours.
A million. Oh, his other children said they used to do it. He used to do it. He's done it.
100% your fault.
Anywhere, but on the home, right? Like you're home. You're safe. You're like your kids are home.
I'm sorry this is all going on.
We always park that car in the garage usually, but I just got a Peloton recently, and the Peloton is in the garage now. So
What
the fuck are you
talking?
Garage, but
And how long was he sleeping in the car out there?
I want to say it was no more than 30, 45 minutes.
Okay, so two things here. Is this him saying that he usually leaves his kids in the car, but instead of the driveway, the car is parked in the garage? Because that's
that's not what he's saying.
Two, there's
but
just absolutely
he's saying that he usually parks in the garage.
Hours pass, and you think it was 30 minutes.
30
Let's
minutes.
say an
Yeah,
hour passes, and you thought that was 30 or 45 minutes. Sure, whatever. Nobody on the planet is
This
confusing
nigga,
3.5 hours with
I hate
30
this guy.
minutes passing.
I
don't think the air was off that entire time. I think
I
there was
really
a
do.
time in between
I don't
I
hate
checked
much,
on her
bro,
last.
but
It was
I'm
still
already
running.
like, bro, I
She
hate
was
this
still
dude.
sleeping, and then when I went back out, the car was off.
So as we've discussed, this is complete bullshit. The guy never checked on his daughter, and he was not the one who went out and
I
found
hate
her,
this
like
guy,
we
bro.
established
I
earlier.
really
It wasn't
do.
until the mother came home.
Because
that
he
they
had
got in the car
he
still.
had
Why
everything he
feels
could have asked for,
like
bro. You
he
got
was
your wife, you
getting
got your
to know the
kids, you
car,
got your nice
turning
crib.
it off, leaving it off, and all that I don't really understand.
Just to let you know, I don't want
And
to
you let this happen, bro?
We're gonna have to stand by with you for a while. All right.
Is there a reason why?
So
Nigga.
any death?
Because you're
like a crime
I would have
scene?
slapped the shit out his ass, man.
I know this is extremely difficult for you.
Quit being nice to his ass,
This is a
bro.
normal
For
process
real.
that we have to
They have to. I
No,
know.
ain't no. I get it, but no, no,
That's gonna be going on.
no, man. You left your kid in a hot car. I'm not gonna be nice with you, bro.
I just find all of this behavior
I'm not
so
gonna be
weird. I
nice
mean,
with
it's
you.
so back and forth. I mean, look, I understand that even considering the fact that this guy is fully responsible for his daughter's death, he's probably still
Fully
in some shock
responsible,
learning
bro.
that
Like,
she's
why are we
probably
still
not
being
gonna make
nice
it.
to this
But,
dude?
like, your wife's at the hospital, your daughter that you left in a hot car is there fighting for her life. The police are trying to get you there, and you need to grab a quick shower. Like, what? I don't know. I feel like that would be the last thing on my mind in this situation. I'd be wanting to get to the hospital.
I would just go like there.
And then again,
I would
crying when
literally
they say
go.
they have to treat this like a crime scene, and then saying, "Oh, so I'm being treated like a murderer."
Yeah, because you are a
What
fucking
do you think this
piece of
is?
shit.
How else would you categorize purposefully leaving a 2-year-old kid in a car that you know is going to turn off and get dangerously hot? There's only so many ways to spin it.
He says leave her daughter to die. I'm hoping
play the game and
I'm hoping there's a twist when she doesn't actually die.
I know this isn't easy.
Wait, do we know for
but the
sure she's
quicker
dead?
We get this done.
They
finish
guarantee it yet?
off, the sooner you can be with your wife.
Bro,
Did they
she's
say
gone,
that?
bro.
We need to stand
Because
by.
the title.
I know, but
The news
we're not gonna
already.
shower or anything. You need to stand by with us.
I don't understand.
I was just hoping that my high note,
I
my
know.
all my drugs and things kicked in.
That's why I said I can't stand this
And then the
dude.
next
I-
one,
I-
why can't I take a shower? What's wrong with you guys? Just completely straight-faced at the drop of a hat. Looks and sounds like a guy who's annoyed that his order's taken too long at a coffee shop or something.
That's
It's
what
like
I'm
he's
saying,
only
like,
capable
nigga,
of keeping up this act for so long, and then his body just
shit.
immediately immediately reverts back. Now that's really all the relevant body cam footage from that day. They go back and forth a bit more about getting to the hospital, and it really seems like Chris is not aware of what's coming. Like, sure, he's been told that it's being treated as a criminal investigation, he's being watched, I think he understands that.
He ain't hit his ass yet.
He thinks that maybe that's
and hopefully his wife, I'm sure, would for sure prosecute if someone has to, prosecute. Right. Because sometimes that has to be a thing.
Bro, I know, and this look at see y'all finna
no, that's fucking up.
That he may have killed his daughter. Now, after this, he was eventually arrested and charged. His charges at the moment are second-degree murder and child abuse, and he pled not guilty, which seems like a pretty bold move to me. I know most people are not going to plead
guilty. Don't post a picture of them together.
I don't really
believe you, bro.
The man basically admitted
then don't show me that
on camera.
Exactly, but get this fucking face, get him out of there.
I'm glad it won't. This is an absolute tragedy, and this should be a reminder to everybody that if you cannot handle the responsibility of having a child, and you are not willing to do everything in your power to do it right and keep them safe, you should not even be entertaining the thought of bringing a kid into this world. Why something was not done?
No, don't show me pictures of him with
extensive history of doing stuff like this is honestly a you knew yours.
I hate that guy, man.
I don't want to see him with her because
that video really upset me. That video really just upset me.
I know. I know. I wasn't sure.
I had a feeling it was coming from the title, but yes, bro. I need to see that guy. He needs to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Period.
And I'm sorry, I don't want to see any pictures of it. I feel like pictures. I don't know. I'm a little upset of August showing pictures of him holding
with his daughter. Yeah, like
I'm a little upset with that because that's disrespectful to her. She doesn't deserve that. She deserves better because he's a piece of shit.
I'm saying
he's a fucking worthless. I know. She's a beautiful. Like I said, that is a beautiful. She is a beautiful, beautiful fucking young lady, and that he should never even been shown in any fucking.
Like I say, every time now I see shit like that, I think of my own nieces and nephews. It's like, bro, I can't, bro.
Think about like
there's no leeway with that, man. For real.
Think about it too.
You fuck up, I'm gonna see you dead. You fuck up with the kids, you gotta go. For real.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
you gotta go.
15 million%, brother. Okay. I don't know. Do you want to do some more spooky stuff? Do you want to get into normal stuff? What are you up to?
I don't know, man. I guess
I've
chilling.
got nothing going on either, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, we chilling. Our homies hopefully in the chat chilling, you know. We hanging out. Vibing. Let's get something better than that last video though.
I got a couple. I do have a couple weird semi-spooky things, like the weirdest PSA videos.
Is that a Papa Meat video?
Oh, I love Papa Meat.
Put that on.
I got a bunch of Papa Meat.
Yeah, put that on right there, bro. Let's see what that is.
The PSA one.
The PSA one.
There's a new one. Hold on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the newest. There's another one. It's like the most haunted schools.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the most haunted school.
That PSA one sounds really interesting though. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of interested in
Papa
this.
Meat channel. How you doing?
I didn't know you were a Papa Meat guy too.
Today we're
Yeah.
How do you and I watch the same fucking channels like all the time? How is it we watch the same videos?
I think
what?
I thought you knew.
Are afraid of our children.
No, but it's like getting deeper every time. Like we bring up another layer. Like you'll bring up another guy, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I watched him," and I'll bring
video
just now looking through my. He's like, "Is that a Papa Meat
Some
video?"
people make good videos.
Fascinating children's PSA that happened overseas.
Watch his training video, like the training videos, the Wendy's training videos were fucking hysterical.
I don't think I've seen that video.
Yeah, the trauma.
I've seen the thumbnail, but I didn't watch it.
You should watch it. You should watch it. It's worth it. I watch it. It's fucking
if you
hilarious.
needed to warn a child not
fucking
to
hilarious.
near a power line, you would make a following video that maybe goes like this.
Public service announcement.
Oh, I seen this one. Yeah, I seen this one.
Yeah. Go and get it. We're not supposed to go in there.
This one is bad though.
Look at how it landed, bro.
I know.
Look at how it landed. It's literally not possible. I'm sorry.
Billy, no.
Crawl up there. Billy.
No.
Oh no. Ah! Oh, it's Jimmy. He said Billy. Come on.
The shins too. You know, you're probably
He
thinking,
blew
wow,
out.
From the inside out, he blew
well,
up.
there's probably not any others, right?
There's a lot of them.
When you fly your kite on top of a plane,
Oh, I hope they show the
charge
other
of a
one
flying
that I
machine.
love.
What is that,
Pilots
dude?
have to observe safety rules.
There's pilot ones? Oh no.
The amount of kite flight.
There's a kite.
Electrocuted or exploded.
Bro, watch out.
Yeah,
You gotta watch out, bro.
catastrophically
I didn't know that there was a kite one.
Unironically fly a kite. That
There's
has
a
to be
kite one?
Straight at the beach? Okay. I mean, that feels different than just being like,
Watch
in my
out when you flying
backyard.
kites,
Probably
y'all.
just people blowing up for the fucking shins.
I flew a kite once or twice. It was hard. You gotta like run.
I'm saying.
It's not winning. You gotta like run to get it started. Then once you get it in the wind though, if you get it up there, then it's just like, well, what do I?
Especially when
Unless you know how to do those things, then it's like, I didn't know how to do that. So for me,
that was a big hit.
Oh no, Billy! That's Billy.
Fried him. Fried him.
Fried him.
Watch out!
What did the plane have to do with that?
There
I don't
can't be
know.
any more of them, right?
They were talking about the planes. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
That was a neat.
Oh shit!
What's happening?
Whoa! That happened so fast.
What just happened?
Wait,
hold on. I'm gonna go back one time.
Right?
What just happened?
That
What?
can't be any more of them, right?
Oh, there's multiple. Oh, there's a bunch. Okay. Bam. Bam. Oh my god. Okay, that was multiple. Wow. Who was that dead laying down kid?
Don't worry about it. Just don't touch those things.
You need to wear a seatbelt, right? Timmy, I'm gonna teach you. You know how we're in
I'm not gonna
Mom
touch
drinks,
Please.
drinks a lot, and you have
I've seen too many PSAs.
Man,
This
and
is
they're
what's gonna
horrible.
happen. Press play, Michael.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Like most victims, Julie knew her killer.
No. No.
Wait,
It was her
what?
son. He wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
It was her son?
After crushing
Oh
her
my-
to death, he sat back down. Think. Always wear a seatbelt.
What
the fuck?
What?
Can we not make them like that, bro? Can we not make them like that? That is very.
Is that real?
Yes, and it's jarring as fuck, bro.
Oh, we're gonna see that again.
I don't want to watch it again.
That sound. Wait for it. Wait for that sound. Wait. Oh, that sound.
Where'd the ketchup bottle come from?
That was the sound. It was them. That was them imitating the.
Always wear a seatbelt.
Oh my god, that's so brutal. That's
This
terrifying.
does not help women
That is
drivers.
terrifying.
And the plague that surrounds them, dude. Justice for women drivers.
Oh my
Justice for these
God.
men on the road, am I right? Or what about fireworks safety? You know, sometimes you like to get a couple Chinese firecrackers
Yeah,
and have
these
some
are
fun
bad,
with your
bro.
friends.
That
I
was
think that's
bad.
funny. I really wish that there was
Oh
some
my
kind of
God.
video that helped you know
It's
how
funny
to be
though
safe,
because when he does these videos, it makes us realize how many of these things get released. Wait,
I know.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, what the fuck?
What just happened?
I'm sorry, Hunter. Is something funny?
What the fuck was that, dude?
I like the kid. I like his buddy just running.
What just happened?
Where is Kevin this afternoon with all those Oriental fireworks?
Wait,
That
wait.
can't be right, huh?
What? Where they were
Shouldn't say
driving
that,
in the
huh?
car?
All right. Anyways.
What is going
You
on?
gotta keep up, Craig. You gotta keep up.
Do you know what happened?
Slightly.
Can you explain it? While they were in the driving, they lit off a firework that shot the kid in the face. Is that?
That's
Or
about
what
the
killed
synopsis.
him?
Wait,
Wait,
The
what killed
fireworks.
him?
He was lighting them. Yeah, he was lighting them in his hand, bro. And his homie took off.
Well, yeah, that respect there.
He
Mad
was like,
respect.
I'm out of here, dude.
Mad respect.
Steakums at home.
Dude, we're just. I forget we're just at the beginning of this. Oh no.
Goes on and on.
I know, bro.
Kind of.
He goes
5
over
minutes
just
in.
that.
British have probably
Is it just
made a
the
horrifying
UK?
public service
Oh,
announcement
no.
video about it. But there's some that I
the
just
one
wanna
I was
take
thinking of
time
was
to
the
talk about
Canadian
today
one.
that I found truly remarkable,
But,
especially
I don't
because
know.
it feels so oddly specific.
He
Yet here
focuses.
we are,
I don't know what's
okay?
he laughing.
On George and Betty's night
Oh
out,
no! What is happening?
things got a bit
Oh no!
too hot to handle.
Before we dive into these, we need to talk about a little bit of backstory to the LUK and some of the stuff.
We left the electric blanket.
After World War II,
Well,
the British government
the electric blanket
the public on safety
was
issues
always
that were
serious for me because we never wanted to leave him plugged in at the cabin.
Kites and
that was always a serious.
Yeah, that was definitely exactly. I could fuck shit up.
So the
For real.
Burn the whole motherfucker down. Type
the
shit. You leave it in the
COI
spark,
for
it's
short,
already
started to
hot.
produce public information films, aka PIFs. These were safety videos on how to survive a nuclear attack, protecting the environment.
You've been up there. It's not exactly the warmest place.
They started off
even
fairly
in the
tame
summer.
from the 40s to 60s.
We gotta have a fire. We have a fire going, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it wasn't necessary.
Exactly, but it was still it was worth it. It was worth it.
And we weren't around there like
Exactly.
Much more effective to create
And that was summertime,
Everybody
like
was
you said.
showcasing children.
Everybody was already in long sleeve shirts. Like your brother was in literally long sleeve. He was in like the same.
Bro, he didn't take that Bronco hoodie
just
off.
turn off the faucet, eh? And the next one.
Exactly. Your brother looked like a fucking anime character. He was in the same shit. Like
hired fresh film students.
like, hey, look, where is his ass at? He's sometimes in here. Where's our video for the week?
This information. I don't know if they really digest.
I haven't said happy birthday to him. I
Their attention was
say
certainly
happy birthday to him
the director
until.
specifically
I
looked
thought
at
you
Hollywood
did already.
and Western films in order
No.
to imitate their styles.
Because you did it for me.
No, you
And
did.
they're
You
awesome,
just
okay?
don't
They are
remember.
awesome. And since
Maybe
these
it was
were labeled
here.
as
I
educational,
haven't
Yeah,
done
exactly.
the
It was
directors
here.
were given a lot more freedom with censorship and were able to show much more graphic content that was then.
He probably wasn't even here to hear it though.
During the
As
age
far
of
he never
TV
replied.
where films were
So as far as
and
I
stuff.
can
And to have the government, to have the Queen just be like, oh, I don't really care.
Unless I said it to you and you said it.
It's pretty crazy. To be fair, especially child death. It's a big no-no.
Usually
Still
we're
is
watching
today.
videos
I'm always like,
and
who gives a? Whenever there's a movie where like a kid gets stabbed to death, I'm like. Well, we don't want us to. I don't want it to be an unlikely film. It's about a serial murderer. Hello.
The Blob is awesome.
Yeah, when the kid gets sucked
The
down.
Blob
the
is
That's
awesome.
a moment where everyone triumphs together. You don't need
Such
to
a
go
good
to a
movie.
career where
I just-
bad hunting.
I just love his.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Well, they have the sound effect. Slap, slap. You can all hear is
Now we are graced with a plethora of
Should
these
watch The
beautiful
Blob on
masterpieces
Halloween.
of educational art. And there are dozens of PSA videos made during this era, but I just want to focus
It's like
on
4
a
days
couple
from now,
that
so
There's
stand
got to be
out
a
to
free movie
moi.
we can
The
stream,
first is a
right?
hunting commercial called Lonely
What, the Blob?
which showcases
No, I'm just
the
saying like a
great
free
way
movie we can
for
put on
children
and
to
just
come jump in a body of
you
water.
know have a Halloween stream.
There's definitely we could go to there's a channel on YouTube. I can show you after this if you remind me.
Oh shit!
Wait, what just happened? Did they just push him off?
No,
You know what I
Wait, what
mean?
just happened?
it's an accident,
It's
bro.
not just walking
Oh,
off.
there was no
Aim to
accident.
warn children of the dangers of careless or foolhardy behavior in the vicinity.
You gotta watch it, bro.
And
There's a
be
fan
lurking.
punishment film.
Grim
They
Reaper
got
will
me
show
in. There's
up and
actually
be
some
like,
scary
"Come on
movies out there.
Lonely Water is widely recalled as one of the
They're
most
called like
memorable
Foreign
and chilling
Productions.
PSAs
It's like a channel.
Yeah, so you
This
can
film
put
campaign
something on and
actually
just
worked
talk
as many
shit.
viewers were scared to
For
swim in
real.
dangerous
What?
waters. Some even said that they were
What
too
day is
frightened
that,
to
though?
swim at
I
all.
think it's like
Oh, shit.
Thursday.
Come
For
on,
real.
Tommy, let's just
Thursday, yeah.
cool. Just like, well, so can I have the
I work
Grim Reaper
my
grab
early
me by
morning.
the
Okay, I'm
ankles and
sorry.
grab me below?
Can you see what's going on right now or no?
Or mom,
Yeah.
my bad. This PSA caused a lot
Yeah.
of nightmares
Oh,
with
that's so
young
curious. Why
British
can't I see
children.
it?
And when I say
That's
a lot
so
of
curious.
nightmares, I mean I think that it was reported. I think
We
that
good
people
over here, though.
complained.
Oh, okay. I've never done. Oh, so you can see it when that's on my
Yeah,
screen?
we
It's in our
Gucci.
bag.
Oh, I've been worried about that
Okay.
for fucking 2 to 3 years.
Moving on.
I thought whenever that was on my
My
screen, you
personal
couldn't see
favorite.
that.
This is an offensive one. We need to just get that one out.
So whenever it was up there, I thought you
Talking
missed
about
shit.
the
Yeah,
PSA.
Nah,
I
you
was
good. Handle your
replaying
business.
it.
Do what you gonna
This
do. Me and chat
26-minute-long film
vibing over
addresses the
here.
dangers of children digging around on farms. If you're a
So wait a
farmer in Britain, I
minute.
imagine
Wait a
you
minute.
have
Hold
several
on.
children.
So let's say if I
The way
bring
this
this
PSA
up,
plays
you can
out,
still
you're
see
losing
me.
a couple kids, and no one seems to
I
mind.
hate
And this
this so
PSA has been
much. I'm
played
so
in
mad
schools
right now.
all over
Nothing's
Britain,
changed.
Australia, and even
I
the
am
United
so
States.
mad
It's-
right now.
It's that
That was,
popular.
that was you that thought that.
If you put up a side
Discord
by
say,
side
hey, we didn't do anything.
follow 100
No, it says on my screen the stream is paused. It literally says this.
Hey,
the quality.
That's
it's
no.
like, it
You
looks
Hey.
like
can't blame
any
me. It
other
says
film
the stream is
Discord
paused.
said you the
The
one
plot
tripping.
follows 6
No, I read the fucking.
all
You know
ages.
what? I need to fucking get a screenshot. Hold on.
Bro, don't
Michael,
do you don't have to
left
prove
one.
it to me, man. God damn it.
He's daft. The Apache's not.
I've had it with
Danny,
these motherfucking
aka
snakes on this motherfucking planet.
Tom and Robert, as they play on a nearby farm pretending to be Apache Indians. Just want to say right
Tom and
now,
Robert.
Hollywood did a lot
Having a
of
great time.
damage to the perception of Native Americans of this country. So if that's the case, just know, blame the British. You know, this is 1975 Britain. I don't think that would give a good. lie. And throughout the film, the children
Yeah, that's
are
where they got it
brutally
from, was
killed on
America,
various
was the United
different
States, which sucks.
farming-related accidents. Okay, this is not a directorial kind of like watch out for moving vehicles. Nope, it's just kind of like you're in the road. What do you expect? First death goes.
Just
the
murdering
kids. Are all
kids?
Kill them all. Kim's
That's hilarious.
On the back of the moving truck. As Kim is cheering for victory, the truck driver slams on his brakes, causing Kim to go flying headfirst into the tires.
Sorry, Hunter, is something funny?
I can't but laugh.
Don't laugh, bro. Don't laugh.
Kid actor actually like fell in there and they're like, grab him! And then they went in and cut it. You put the dummy in there. Which lesson one, don't play on trucks.
When the cuts are good, like when they cut at the right time, bro, it makes the video.
Similar motif.
That doesn't make sense. Like you hit the brakes. So what? Do you speed up again? Wait, what?
Getting rid of them.
Like, oh yeah, you hit the brakes so I can stop.
Right, because he was stopped. Right,
there's like all these like
momentum.
Need to know the homie fell.
And they go up and they remove the tag.
That was bad, bro. I would have went home after that.
Tragically,
I honestly was really hoping that was a PSA where they slowly killed one kid every time.
It's a fun walk. So here's another thing too. The kids.
Oh, it does.
Every time. Every scenario.
Every time.
Them like, watch out! Like they're walking home.
No.
Why did they go home after the first murder?
So we have no idea the lapse of time between them. So it almost reads as either the first day or just the next day.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. This is all the same day.
Nobody cares.
No, this is all the same day. I take this as this is all the same day. This is immediately following.
It did make me feel I was like, this is like an old European thing.
Kick the can never made
We
sense.
just close our eyes. We don't have to kick a can. Watching the kids run around and they keep focusing in. They're doing a really good job by holding the suspense, but you just know you're like,
I can't, bro. I
down
don't know, but I can't.
I bet that bull is gonna kick that kid in half. We finally get to death number 2. Tom is being chased by Danny, and whoops, Tom slips in the slurry pit.
He dies
in the pit full of cow shit.
He dies in the cow manure. The kid sees the kid.
Oh my god, bro. I can't with this, bro. I can't.
I hate this shot. They show the kid looking like this. Because it makes me think, I'm like, oh, he knows he's in there and he's not saying anything.
He's definitely looking. Oh no, it definitely reads as he's looking. It definitely reads as he's watching.
Oh my god,
it's all
bro.
poop. It's a slurry pit.
It's a slurry of shit. How much poop do they think is on a farm?
Suspicious. By this one, you
How
can kind of
deep
tell
is
too. He's kind of the
Hey,
leader
bro,
of the
what
group.
is a
Their
farm?
main guy.
No, I've been to a farm. My uncle had a farm.
Shit. I guess this one could also be
A flurry of shit, bro.
He literally had a couple horses.
Oh, so it's okay. So this one is just for the time. They're just like these
There's
kids.
no way that's a
goddamn. We're having to scour and scuba dive down these slurry pits to find all these pale beauties.
A decade or so later, they had to tell farmers to cover up.
Yeah, like tighten up, bro. People can die in those.
Slurry pits where they're just like, I hate to do this to everyone, but we're just gonna have to throw a net over all of it. With the second death, they take stuff out of his desk. Once again, another very tragic thing. But then it's just once we don't see anybody mourn. Usually, that's why I was surprised here because I expected to see like a mom. You know what I mean?
I'm curious to see how they die, but
Number 3. Which more time passes, once again, could be 30 minutes, could be a day, not enough time.
Same
we know
day.
that the kids are back on the farm again.
Same day.
More they play.
An hour
This
later.
time, the kids all huddle around each other and pour a mysterious liquid from a bottle they found in the barn.
Great.
And there is, I'm pretty sure, a part where one of the British kids says something like, a little bit of firewater from the white face.
In celebration of our victory, we will drink the white man's firewater.
Oh, we got racial as hell, huh?
Oh wait, hold on, I got it.
We got super racial, didn't we?
You have to watch this one again. I'm sorry because I was talking to
that many
so later.
Goop token
I'm so
was very
sorry, and I've been
suspicious.
enjoying
By
this.
this one,
That
you
was
can kinda
suspicious.
tell, too, he's kind of the leader of the
I'm so
group. He's
sorry to
kind
make
of
you
our main
relive
guy.
this. I'm so
Lesson
sorry.
2, don't
so
play near
sorry.
pits of hell.
But this has been too great. I can't miss this. I can't.
I think it's specifically the slurry pits because that was.
Just wait, so I can't believe these are real. Like these are actually PSAs.
Kids, goddamn. We're having to scour and scuba dive
There's a
down
lot
these
of
slurry
hazards
pits
out there, bro.
to find all these pale
And then again,
A decade
my
or so
uncle
later,
had
they had
a
to
couple
tell
horses on
farmers
his
to cover
farm.
up their slurry pits.
Looked like a farm, a lot like that too. I'm not saying maybe there were 5 million horses on that farm that
They
I don't know
just
about.
showed a PSA like they told farmers that they had to like cover their pits up.
His desk. Once again, another
But
very
there's
tragic
not,
thing.
like,
But then it's just once we don't see anybody mourn.
There's
Usually
never a
it's
pit
a
of shit like
surprise here,
that.
'cause
I'll
I
be
expected
real.
to see like a
There's not
mom.
pit of shit. Like,
You know what I
it's
mean?
not gonna drown you.
I imagine
More time
there's-
passes once again. Could
it
be
has
30
to have been
minutes,
at least
could be
one
a day,
record of
not
that
enough
shit
time.
happening.
We know that the kids are.
It would, yeah, but it wouldn't be like. It would be
This time, the
like
kids
a sewers, like for a sewage thing for like a cabin.
They found it in the barn.
That would be what they would fall in, like a sewage tank. They would fall in. There's no pilot.
Right. It doesn't look like that.
No pilot. Yeah, you're right. Definitely had that. Wait, where's the racial part?
Right
Is this a
there. Go
racial-
back. Go back.
Oh,
Go
okay.
back.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
there.
that's we were talking over it again.
One of the bottle they found in the barn. This time, to see like a mom. You know what I mean? We move on to death number 3. Which more time passes once again could be 30 minutes.
Same day.
Could
Yep,
be
30
day.
minutes. No,
Not
definitely
enough
30
time.
minutes.
We know that the kids
Definitely
are back
30
It's the same day for sure.
Yeah, definitely
This
same
time,
day.
the kids all huddle around each other and pour a mysterious liquid from a bottle they found in the barn.
In a barn.
And there is, I'm pretty sure, a part where one of the British kids says something like, "A little bit of firewater from the white face."
In celebration of our victory, we will drink the white man's firewater.
Did you say the white man's firewater?
When I heard that, I was like,
God.
the smart one.
What did they think we were back in the 70s?
I don't know, man.
Drink from this non-labeled cup. I thought the acting here was kind of good because she like took a sip of it and she's like,
You alright, Sharon? Yeah, I think so.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay, Sharon?
Bro, I can't
but
watch
later
this,
that
bro.
night, we
I
see Sharon
can't
go
watch
into a
this.
house. We cut. It's nighttime, and then
What do you mean? This is amazing.
horrible child
Amazing.
screaming.
Bad.
You're a Papa Meat guy. This is literally up his alley. This is exactly what he. This is literally Papa Meat. Which is funny.
And once again,
Which is
you
what
cut to the
makes it
next
funny.
day,
You just
and
feel
the
bad.
mom is
This is on
just taking
screen.
shit out of her room.
Yeah, she's
like,
just
oh,
chilling.
One's gone. That's
Well,
that's
lost
earlier
another
show.
kid.
He's
Lost
gonna
another kid today.
Children. They're like, well, there goes Sharon. Yeah, can I make a room, Mom? There are lesson 3 is don't drink mysterious
Sharon
liquids.
died a horrible death
dumb
too,
little-
man.
Did I move up to the next?
felt
Do I
so
get the
bad
next
because I actually like
bunk
Sharon.
bed,
Out of all
Mom?
the kids, I was like, she seemed the coolest.
Sharon
Move
did
on to
seem pretty
death.
legit. I'm pretty sad.
The next day,
died
the kids
horribly,
go back to playing
though.
without any time to mourn once again, and we're gonna beat that to death. I cannot tell you. This is I mean,
So this is the next day, 'cause that was night.
20 minutes,
Right? No, because that
20
was
minutes.
nighttime.
20 minutes.
No, because that was the nighttime.
Yeah,
So this is
oh,
the
yeah.
next day. Right?
No, because they made that cut. Oh no, you're right. This is the next day. It has to be. Because Sharon's
Well,
not
maybe
there.
not. Sharon's not here, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Sharon's not here. So this has to slightly changed outfit.
Oh shit.
That killed him?
Bro, that's a heavy iron. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, yeah.
I love how every time a child dies, it has to be Danny doing.
I don't know, you hear voices like thunder.
Danny be like, Danny is never gonna recover from
dude,
this.
Danny
He's never gonna recover from this. He might as well die. He might die.
I was kind of like,
No, he's doing it.
This one
He's
felt like
doing
an
it. He's
actual
gonna
first
die in
act.
the end, but he's
Everything
doing it.
else felt like a stupid act. I was like,
Everything else kind of
That felt real.
at this point, there are only 2 kids left to play Apaches. And let me tell you, it's a
We're still
somber
playing
scene on top of
Apaches.
the hill. You guys are really
Still.
gonna play the fucking game after
We
like
lost
your friends
everybody to
died
real
this
death.
week? You know what I mean? Danny goes up this hill and he's
We're
top
playing Apaches in honor of them.
top of the hill. And he
Wait
gets
a
on a
minute.
tractor.
Oh, no, wait.
The guy's like, "Be careful." He's like, "Yeah, piss off." Immediately releases the brakes. I mean, almost instantaneously. This is probably the funniest death, just because the tractor is going so slow. You're screaming at
It's
the
like
movie
Austin
the entire
Powers.
time. Jump
Yeah.
off, for the love of God.
For the love of God, kid.
Your name is Geronimo. Jump off.
Just move.
It's so slow.
Just move.
Even
Just
the guys
get
that turn
off.
around, they're confused. They're just like,
It's like,
jump
bro,
off.
just jump.
He's trying to steer it.
Trying to steer it.
God, he had that coming.
Well, how does it? No, that wouldn't even kill anybody. He literally just drove straight into the ditch. Okay. care how much of a kid you were. What?
They might have jostled his body. He might got threw in front of the wheel or something.
Yeah, well, if he got thrown over, but from what they did,
taper glued to the steering wheel, and it's just like
if he got thrown over, or ran over, or fell off, yeah.
Hold a fucking beat before they show his mom just sitting in his room like.
Jesus.
It's the first time that we see any emotion from anybody of someone being like, this was his room. The lesson, of course, is being stay off heavy machinery. Right? The film ends with only one child surviving, which is Michael. Surprised he was kind of the most.
It's himself.
You know. But Danny mentioned earlier in the film that his parents were preparing for a party because they're in between. He's just like, oh,
he's finna die too.
Adults like parties. Turns out it was all that was future stuff, and that they were preparing for Danny's what do you call after a funeral? Wake? Whatever. His after funeral party. It's so crazy because they're all sitting there and they do not look like they could give any at all. They're like, oh, you're gonna pass the coin. Nice day today, right? That's it. And then while this awkward clattering of plates happens, they show a list of all of the kids in Britain who have died like that year from all of these things. A lot of explosions.
It's a lot of
a haunting amount of explosions.
Damn.
Okay, people being crushed, drowned.
Now that's real.
It leaves a weird taste in your
There were
mouth,
3 falling gates.
That's Apache.
There were literally
That's
3.
right, and we seen the gate fall on the kid.
There were multiple.
I would be like, okay, I'm never gonna be around any of that. I don't care.
They didn't make those commercials for no reason, bro. They was like, bro, please, y'all, tighten up.
Could have seriously got hurt.
Would it
Bro,
have swayed you?
parents and grandparents on a farm though, they don't give a fuck. Like, that whole scenario.
Knowing me,
that is kind of what happens. Like that, I'm not saying they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but like, it's hazards everywhere, and you know,
There's
just
hazards everywhere, and you grow up with those. Literally, if you live on a farm, that becomes a day in your life. That literally becomes a day in your life.
Like weird.
Yes, you don't realize it until you grow up. You're like, oh yeah. When
that could have killed me.
When I was a kid, I was riding on the side. My dad was holding me as he was driving a tractor, drinking a beer type shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I could have got murdered, but I didn't.
That's a day. But that's a day in the life of
that you can play on a train track. This whole PSA.
This is why PSA exists, though, because it's just like, just be aware of these things, guys.
From the mind of a child who's thinking about going on the train tracks, and this is what they came up with: haunting. The short starts off with the headmaster of a school warning children not to play on a train tracks, but the camera zooms slowly on the sadistic child as he starts to tell us his imagination. And when we say that the headmaster of a school warns the children, it sounds like God yelling at human beings for all the wrongdoings, does it not?
Some of you have been playing on the railway again. You are old enough to understand that the railway is not the place for any kind of game.
That's actually the voice? Is that real? That's that way.
Is sitting 50 feet in the air on a ledge on a bridge where that child, that kid could fall off. Just the actor. They're just like, sit up there and wobble around.
Sit up there.
The wind's cold up here. He's like, shut up.
Shut up
the
up
first
there.
game, the sick wolf thinks
that's what I love.
Breaking down a fence like wild animals and then running across train tracks to get.
In today's day and age, they would have made sure you would have had to have a harness on them. And it would have been like this little wire and shit. That kid was literally just up there.
I know. Just out, just there.
Not even hear the girl be like, ah. She's just like, oh, they're passed out. And this is up too, because you know those kids could have moved this little girl. They could have. There's 8 of them. She weighs 30 pounds. Like, get that off the train tracks, dude. Nope.
Done. Oh my.
Okay. And there you go.
Oh wait, what's even horrifying is they pick the body up and they show it after it's smushed.
Well, yeah, they
pick it up.
Oh my God! Oof. And then after the fact, they're just like, nope. By the way, her bloody dead body right here. Take a look. All right, here we go. And then once again, you have to picture that this is once again inside the mind of a child. And then you move on to game 2, which it just the game is throwing rocks at trains, which I
love
have
it, but I
heard,
hate it so much.
Rocks at trains before. System is like, if you break through the windows or if you hit the people in the cart, you get points. And they're throwing these color-coded rocks at these trains. The train stops. At first, it kind of looks like, oh, he's gonna be pissed. You're like, oh shit, because even the kids are like. Cut inside the train. The guy's like walking around. He's like green through the rocks through the window. Fantastic. And it like the camera pans out a bit. And there's a guy like,
that lady was
blood everywhere.
jacked
like,
up.
Hit a passenger walking through, and then the train conductor's like, like bloody battered.
PSAs. What is
system.
happening
You get
now?
more points for breaking the kids. face open.
Hell
My
yeah.
God! You move on to game 3.
I thought it was a PSA. What is happening?
I don't know
Run
what's
across the
happening,
track
bro. I
where the
have no
train
idea.
goes like 100 miles
What's
an hour.
going
The game
on
makes
now?
no sense. It's like a person has to stand with a sign. By the time
I'm
the
so
train
lost.
gets to the sign, the person flips it like a.
That's
go.
hilarious, and I'm grateful, but
And they're
I'm just,
supposed to
I thought we were
run
doing
out, but
PSA.
instead, like 7 kids just get plowed, and you're like, they do their little tallies up again, and people are just like,
What
oh,
the
shit. Oh, there goes my team.
This is a
It's like,
movie.
It's a goddamn massacre. It's 6 to 10 kids just brutally
is
murdered,
a
and there's just
movie.
blood all over the tracks. It's gruesome as shit. And then game 4 is kind of messed me up a little bit.
What is happening?
I have no idea.
Does that not sound just
Who
cryptic
made
and
this?
The objective of the game is to walk down a
something, so obviously you got
3-mile
it from
pitch
them
black
somewhere.
dark train track
Oh my
and to
God.
see who gets on the other side first. Here's the kicker: they send trains down the tunnel, so you gotta just play. And there's no lights on the train. That's one thing I saw too. Whenever watching the video, I'm like, "There's no lights on the train," so you can hear it coming. But good luck! And like it
I'm
takes a
saying,
while,
like,
the
what?
camera pans down to the tunnel, and you just
I just shot finish
limping,
line.
covered in blood, out, whatever, and they're like,
Billy.
"What's your name?" And you see like kids limping out, and then of course everyone else in the tunnel is just dead. Then it cuts to a bunch of parents
Oh, no, I should be laughing.
dead children and like laying them ceremoniously
What is
on the track.
happening?
And it's like this actually kind of artistic.
What
way,
is
like,
this
pretty
for?
I don't
But I was
know
just
when
like-
they film this.
Wait, what is
It's a
it
weird,
for?
sadistic game, which honestly, these kind of things, I'm like, of course a child would think
I'm
of this. You know what I
sorry.
mean? It's like, no.
But what
This is the wildest shit. This is some of the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Whoever comes out first.
This has to just be a film.
Shot of the
This like
film,
literally just has to be
you
a
zoom
film.
out of a child's face as he still thinks about his train game. Like the film
There's him
ends with him being like, "Nah, I'm okay." It's him still being like, "What other game can I think of?" This is a more evil PSA. This one, the other ones, you're like, "Oh, the kids."
Somebody
sure,
gotta watch
some
that
funny stuff.
kid.
This one, I was like, "This it's
That
absurd."
was his
And at the end, I like how you're supposed to be like, "Don't go near trains." It's like, no, stay away from kids.
Yeah,
man.
50-foot train archery.
What is
On a train, my mom told me don't play by the train tracks. There's
What's
a
that
story of these 2 10-year-olds who stole like a
I don't. I
3-year-old,
still don't know.
who
Wait.
walks
Oh
into a
God.
train track and
Wait.
let
What? Wait. Hold
him
on.
run
I didn't read
train
that.
track.
I'm
That
sorry.
shit fucked me up for
What was
life.
that?
I'm at a train track and let.
Oh damn it. Ow. Play. I'm sorry.
50-foot train archway.
Oh,
When I was
God.
at a train, my mom told me don't play by the train tracks. There's
Yeah,
a story
never.
of These 2 10-year-olds who stole like a 3-year-old and threw rocks at him at a train track and let him get run over by a train track. That shit fucked me up for life.
That's real. If that's real, I hope
Yep.
those kids died in a
No, it's
fire.
real. It's very
You
real.
need to start making a PSA for your ass, dude.
I
For
still
real.
I hope those,
PSA
I hope those
talking
people
about
are dead in a
building
fiery,
sites
fucking
by-
crazy,
made in
physical blood.
1978. The film was
Driven
made to warn children of
fucking
the
put-
dangers of playing on construction
That's like that one. That's like
sites. It
that
was
dude.
made
Those
in
two
response to
kids
more
are
than
like the
20
dad.
children dying
Those
in
two dudes, if
1977
that's real, those
due
two
to building
kids
sites.
are like the
accidents.
dad.
20
for that
children, that's a lot. Why are you in construction building
Putting a
sites?
3-year-old on there. Really
Farms,
couldn't
you
do
can be
any
like,
better.
oh, animals, or oh, like my family works on it. What
Now I
the
got
fuck,
you.
bringing your
Yo,
child
went
to
from
work?
hilarious
Like,
to
why
serious
are
real
you
quick.
there? The film all takes place inside the head of a boy named Paul and his sadistic fantasy of torturing
no.
his cousin Ronald. The British really had a hard-on for like being like, it's all.
So what are these for? Did they ever say what these are for?
Ronald wants to be an architect or a surveyor when he's older, but
Just
his cousin Paul thinks he's
PSAs
stupid,
are
and he
just
looks like a
going
toad.
too
There's a
far.
very uncanny incident where you like have him wear a toad mask and he's like, ribbit,
I guess
ribbit.
each death is-
Ronald was like, you
It's
tell
supposed to be
Ronald's
a
a
different
bit of a
PSA,
tender
right?
little bird. And I think his probably not so intelligent cousin is jealous, and he's just like, oh, you're so special. You look like a
Like, I like your creativity, but let's just get to the fucking point. Let's just do the. Let's just.
seductive. The only thing he didn't do was
You don't need to make a
fight.
story. Let's
Other than that,
just.
He was just like.
Okay, hold on. Now we're talking
Paul
about
has the
language.
sick and twisted thought of wanting to stick Robert in a construction site and see if it'll get him killed. Because he's just like, you could never live here in this deconstructed neighborhood of misfits like me and my sister live in, eh? So he puts Ronald through a ringer test to see if his construction site knowledge holds up and if he would survive. We move in to our test. Test number 1. Ronald ignores every warning sign that is in front of him.
Yeah.
He randomly picks up a stick and starts stoking the flames of an already burning fire. He
Okay.
kind of like
That's what a kid would
aggressively
do. That's
shoves at it
normal.
like a
Yeah.
primate.
That's kind of normal. Maybe not that much,
Ronald's
but
like
I mean,
walking around in like a
yeah,
weird
if
ditch
I saw
sees a
fire,
dog
I
down
would-
there.
I would
waiting for
probably
him to
stop
rescue
and
him,
look
but the
at it
walls
for a sec.
miraculously cave in
Dead.
and crush him, and you just see his like his dead hand. Test 2, Ronald walks into a dilapidated house. Again, Ronald ignores the danger
Keep
signs
out.
and walks up the
Danger.
stairs and almost falls out a window.
I got it. Let me just.
Ronald grabs a live wire and gets electrocuted.
That's real though. Definitely real.
Oof.
There's just something about
Definitely real.
death screams that are just so funny. Ronald's having a hard time through these tests. He is in a literal jigsaw torture trap right now in the mind of a sadistic child.
Come on,
and
Ronald.
he is not winning the game. Test 3. Ronald has to traverse a field full of heavy work machinery when his dog Snoopy watches Ronald get crushed by a tractor.
Fuck out of here, Ronald. How do you not see that coming?
He said, "All right, you stay there. I'm never gonna look this direction, even though I clearly hear that big, large."
Ronald walks through a brick house renovation, but then Ronald
Come on,
unfortunately
Ronald.
slips on a pipe.
Oh no! Oh, MJ, this slow mo.
Done. Jesus, Ronald.
You know what's serious? He's dressed like a 53-year-old.
He is dressed kind of like a fucking.
That's so brutal. He just hit
creature walking
Ronald, why are you
around
going to a wake?
construction sites, dude. Test 5.
These are so brutal, man. It's like he just
watches Ronald get smashed by a ton of bricks while he's playing in sand.
What is happening, bro? Like what? Why would you put it like that, Ronald? Ronald, that's your fault. See, nobody would ever place
Ronald.
it.
You dead.
Yeah, as long as puppy's okay, we're good though.
This kid, and they keep
Ronald's an
they
idiot.
keep snapping him back.
Yeah,
like
I'm
reviving
sorry.
him,
No
having him
person
do
would
these
put the
tests.
brick like that. I'm sorry. That last brick, he completely just first dude, bang, bang. Third one, and 45-degree
The
angle.
whole thing. They keep telling him read the signs, and every skit is him ignoring
the signs. Yeah.
Ronald, read the sign. Okay.
Ronald can't read.
I
Probably.
read it.
Electrocuted.
Maybe,
And then the last test.
or maybe he's reading it. And he just doesn't care.
Which Ronald's cousin
danger.
watch him drown to death.
His cousin watches him now. Oh my god. Wait, what are we doing now?
And Ronald's dead.
Oh no! Do something, Paul!
Paul's smiling.
Are you sure he can't swim? Of course!
What could I do?
Ronald!
It's too late. Ronald dead.
Ronald!
Fight. It's just him under the water. But luckily, it was all a fantasy, and Ronald's fine. I feel like the real Ronald could have survived that. Dude.
Ronald
It was well
would've
put
lived
together.
through
I think the little
Ronald's a good kid.
cousin. I think
Ronald's a good kid.
Check the suit.
You know what I
Ronald,
mean?
Ronald's
In
good.
conclusion, scaring
That suit
kids
got fucked
to
up,
get them to
dog.
learn lessons is very
What the
valuable
fuck?
and funny, and I
What?
think we should continue to do it. I think scaring children is
The
one of the
fuck
funnest
are you
things
about
to
to
do.
watch?
See you next
What?
time. No
I'm with Papa Me. I like
Fairy
scaring
tales and
kids.
stories and
I feel
urban
you.
legends
I'm okay with
just
it.
aren't
Oh,
enough,
yeah, definitely.
dude. And stilling fear.
That's the way.
with
You
these
have to scare the kids or they don't learn.
Exactly.
None of this.
I
and
learned
I'm
like
glad that these episodes
Why is
Scared the
that?
shit
If
out
you
my
scare them,
exist
you
today.
scare them and they
I think
still
that
like
we
touch
need to bring it back, dude. I don't know how, but we need to bring it back. Until next time, these are some creepy, weird British PSAs, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right, good. That's it. All right.
All right, so check this out. I got one more PSA video that I'm finna.
You actually have a PSA video?
Yeah, because it's my favorite one.
Remembering? Yeah.
I'm gonna share this, and then I'm gonna.
They're leaving? Come on.
Yeah,
What
I'm
you got?
gonna be out soon.
What you got going on tomorrow, bro? Come on.
I'm finna send it to your Discord.
Well, we ain't talking about. I guess we're still doing the stream, so I won't bring anything up real yet. Maybe right at the end.
If nothing else, though, you definitely like I'm gonna. I don't know, my PC ain't working the greatest, but I'm definitely finna try to do a Halloween stream. Watch something.
Oh, that's I wanted to say about that our channel too. Fuck.
What happened?
No, well, just real quick. There's a channel. Sorry, it's actually good. I thought I deleted it already, but it should be here. This channel, Foreign Productions. I think these guys do like fan-made movies and this and that and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Maybe
Oh,
this isn't the
okay.
same one. Oh no, this isn't the same one I was talking about. There is a channel that's called something like this. Fuck. I thought this was it. Shit.
They definitely got a Punisher series going on. Like you said,
No,
they
yeah,
got some fan made.
This is a fan-made Punisher series,
Yeah.
but I thought this was the channel for the. There's a channel that does this for movies. I was watching a guy on Kick. He was watching their movies on YouTube, and it was something very similar to that. And they just stream like, or they not stream, but they play. They have movies on their channel that they put up. They're like fan-made and this and that.
Yeah, my phone died. Shit.
Charlie posted a video 13 hours ago. I almost killed Meat Canyon. Papa Meat. That's funny. I wonder what happened. Like a scary movie thing or like a scary, you know.
I'm glad he didn't kill him.
Well, yeah, obviously. Alright, let me click this link real quick.
Because that video was definitely entertaining. Those were PSAs that I'd never seen before, too. Because I usually see, like, some weird ones. But I've never seen that one. Yeah, this is my favorite one. When I seen this one, I was like, yo, PSAs have gone too far. For real.
New chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year.
Next year, baby.
I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend. Because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there. And they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Oh, damn!
Somebody help me!
Yeah, bro. I hope that lady's alright.
She's not. No, she's not. Oh, she's dead. No, she's dead.
I first seen that
lady-
shit. That shit was like, yo. Those are the type of
that-
PSAs that stick with you. Like, yo,
That specific woman in particular is no longer living.
bro, I can't believe that, bro. She's alright.
Oh wait, Meat Canyon and Papa Meat are a different episode, different channel. I always forget about that.